I believe we're live now. Is that right, Brian, in the background lurking?
We are. We
We
are
are
live.
live and we have a new guest, one of my favorites of all time. I'll have to say favorite of all time. Who remembers Marcy Darcy? Give it up for the woman in the middle of the couch right there, Amanda Beers.
It's
Welcome
Wow.
to the
burst.
show.
It's burst, like
That's
Curse.
curse.
right.
I
That's
Oh,
will
right.
curse you.
And by the way, the guy I was just talking to on the news, I said Pierce for a second, and he kind of corrected me and is a burst. He knew it right away. I was like, oh God,
Well,
yeah.
it's not a good last name, but there weren't many left in my family, so I thought, but the deal about that is if people don't know how to say your name, they don't say it.
Yeah.
Not
I have a
great.
lot of variations of my Fastino, Faustino.
hey, Brian's got a curse. What's your last name, Brian?
Messenlaner.
Oh
Yeah,
God, yeah.
that's spelled
Oh,
even
whew.
worse.
Welcome
Okay
everybody.
then.
By the way, the guy lurking in the back is the genius Brian. How do you say it?
Messenlaner, just like it's spelled.
Messin,
Oh,
right? Just like it's
Messenlaner.
spelled.
we just can't read.
Thank you guys for joining. We know you're back there, and we appreciate you being here. This is like show number two. It's super exciting, and I think people are really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I hope everybody else is, and it's a lot of fun. We got a lot of great feedback from the first show. We had Richard Gurman, the co-executive producer, writer, who was a great guest, and had a lot of cool stories to tell. And so we're super excited this week to have my friend who I haven't seen in quite some time. We were just saying the last time I saw you was at Christina Applegate's Hollywood Walk of Fame
Yep.
ceremony. Yeah.
And before that, I think it was close to 20 something years, David.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I left LA. I left Hollywood screaming. No,
Mhm.
I moved in 2000. So I continued to work kind of part-time, but I
Mhm.
didn't want to grow my kid there. I mean, you grew up there, David, so it's a little
Yeah.
different for you. But
Yeah.
yeah, most of my family was back in the South,
Mhm.
and that's where, yeah, I put myself out to pasture.
Weren't you in Atlanta for a little while?
Well, I initially, my parents had retired to some family property in the North Georgia mountains.
Oh yeah.
So I had a home. I had built a home there. Thank you, Married with Children.
Yeah.
And so we moved there and I would still be there, and you understand this, if my mother was still on the planet.
Right.
But
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't know if it was my coming there that she left. No. But so we were there some years, and then I moved down to Atlanta after she passed because it just wasn't the same. And it was better educationally for Zoe,
Mhm.
my
And how
kiddo.
old is Zoe?
They will be 33 next week.
Oh my God, that's
Wow.
wild.
Where does
It
Wow.
the time go?
is.
Did you ever think that Bud Bundy would grow up to be Al Bundy's age? And look at him. I love it.
Oh, you want to hear a weird fact? Someone pointed this out. I didn't know this. At 52 now, I am 1 year older than when Ed ended the show. That's just a bizarre, like,
Yeah, wow.
fact of
I
life.
think I remember that he turned 40 like right
Right
after
away.
we made the pilot.
Right
I'm
away.
pretty sure I remember that,
Yeah, he
right?
was like
But
40 when we
yeah,
started.
and you were 12 and Chrissy was Kiki was 15.
Uh-huh. That's right.
And yeah, and I was 28.
Oh my God.
So
Amazing.
And
I'll
Katie
be
was
68 this year.
woo.
You look
Katie was like
fantastic.
Katie was like 29, or wasn't she? Or 30, 31 maybe
Katie,
when we started.
it's not right for me to say the
Oh,
exact number, but
well, Google
she's
it.
let's just say she's a little bit older than me. It
Yeah,
just,
no.
yeah.
So let's break down your career a little bit because I did a little deep dive and I wanted to learn a little bit more about you. And I was pleasantly surprised to learn that you were in Fright Night. I had no idea, and
Mhm.
I heard you have a huge fan following just from that alone, which is incredible. And that not only were you one of the main characters in Married with Children, but you directed like 30 episodes, which is amazing.
Wow.
And
Well,
I'd
they
love to
gave
hear
me
about
my
that.
second career, really truly, because when Married ended, so I quit acting. I made a conscious choice to do that, so that I would be taken seriously as a director, because that was the momentum I was following and enjoying. I came from theater, so it wasn't really strange for me to go behind the scenes. And I always loved our crew. We had the most amazing crew, and they were very supportive. And so was the cast for me to make that new job, really. And so I got one went okay, so I got another and another. There you go. And I think maybe 35 years in all behind the camera.
Wow. Yeah, I learned that you'd also directed, I believe it was Reba and
Oh,
Mad TV.
I did
And
6 years on Mad TV. They're
Wow.
really
Crazy.
funny.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because at the time our show ended, the end of the 90s, reality programming was coming in. And
Yeah.
that wasn't something as a director that I was really interested in doing, non-scripted. I like, narrative. And that's when sketch kind of came into my life. And yeah, Mad TV was a
I didn't
blast.
know you did that. I did an episode of Mad TV. I must have been
Probably early on.
must have been early on. It was like it was like a takeoff on the Three Stooges, and I was like this Coke dealer, and then there was this, instead of pies, it was like Coke in the face. It was unbelievable.
wow.
We started at the Wilshire E. Bell Theater. We had powder everywhere.
You shot it in a theater.
That's when they went and they would go out and do little location ones. Like this was a pretty big budget little sketch they put together. It was quite a production. So I don't know that they did that in the later years where they would go out and actually go on location and do a sketch, but they did in this case. That was earlier on, I guess.
I think so. They were throwing money at it differently.
Yes,
I
yes.
kind of came into the middle of it. That series ran for, I don't know, 12, 13 something
Did
years.
you work with Nicole Sullivan?
She had already left, but she
Yeah.
came back to guest star.
What about
I had a lot
Orlando?
of fun with Michael McDonald,
Oh yeah, he's
and
hilarious.
Mo Collins, and they were so good together.
I watched
Um,
Michael McDonald, Mike McDonald. Am I saying it right? McDonald.
yeah.
Yeah, I watch him on stage doing improv, sometimes at the Groundlings or wherever it was, and
We're
he
not
is
talking about the Doobie Brother, Michael McDonald, are we?
No.
no the
Okay. I was
the, the
like, wait a
actor.
minute.
His ability to be on stage relaxed and improv is just out of this world. Like no fear. And I
He
always
was
tried to do
brilliant.
improv because it was uh-oh. Uh-oh, she's frozen.
What
Uh-oh.
happened?
Come back to us
I am.
a little bit.
Just your eyes.
I'm still
Oh,
There
frozen.
you
you're
are.
back.
There you are.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back.
I've always wanted to do improv, and it's something I never like on set, whatever, but like being able to go on stage and I was always too afraid. I could never like break through that and like relax enough to be funny. And so when I watch those guys, it just blows my mind.
He's really creative in a kind of genius form,
Mhm.
and he wrote the majority of the stuff,
Oh
the
wow.
sketches that he was in. Then he started directing, which is what
Mhm.
I tried to get you to do. Come on.
Yeah, well,
I did. Do you remember that? How I tried to
mhm.
get you to come in the booth with me?
I had
And because
nightclubs to go to, Amanda.
I know,
I
you
had
had
a nightlife to attend to. It was very important.
Grandmaster B.
Anyway, no, but David, you've always been this really easygoing, friendly, affable, qualities that you could walk on any set and everybody would feel comfortable. And that's a big part of that job,
Mhm.
because you're really a guest most of the time, unless you're, you know, Jim Burrows or somebody that lands the whole season with the
Mhm.
show.
Mhm.
And I think it's great that you're doing this, because again, from what I remember, this was in your wheelhouse for
It
sure.
was, it was. I don't know. I just didn't really follow through on that, but doing other things,
No,
which
you
are
had nightclubs to go to.
nightclubs
And
to go to, and I learned how to
yeah,
DJ records, so I do that as my side hustle and all kinds of other good stuff. But yeah, I didn't go that. But you know what? I'm 52. Who knows? Who knows what's ahead of me?
honey, if you chose to do it, I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
It's really,
I
I'm
don't know that I'd want to do
absolutely
that
sure you
hustle
could.
at this point. I mean, it's a grind, I don't know that that's something I'd even be interested in doing quite. And the
Well, I
sitcom is
most
dead,
of
right?
mine was in half hour. Mad TV was an hour. We would shoot 100 pages a week. So when you're doing a Married with Children, which was like 40,
30, 30, yeah, 40, yeah.
30, and yeah, and you have a whole week to do it. It's a little different than doing 100.
Yeah.
So I didn't work throughout every season. I had episodes throughout, what did I say, 6 years, I think.
Yeah. So cool.
I was there anyway, but got to work with some wonderful, wonderful people. Very funny.
So cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
So
Just
let's
if you're just joining in, I just want to say welcome to everybody who's there. I see there's a bunch of people. We have Amanda Burse. I almost said Bierce. Burse like purse, and she's with us, and I'm just really lucky to have her here. And if we're now, I don't know if a lot of you did your homework, which was to watch, of course, A Nightmare on Owl's Street, which I just watched myself, and I had some laughs.
Me too.
Early episode, right?
Yeah, well, it was and this is what we made fun of Fox for, because they did it all their own way, which ended up working out for them
Uh-huh.
because we had new programming on in the summer when there were three other networks that were in reruns forever.
That's right.
But we did 13 for our first season. So this was
Mhm.
technically that first season. Yeah.
Was the Christmas episode, I wonder, where Santa dies right there, where
Yeah, right
Ryan's
where your
right where
guy
Ryan,
is in
yeah,
I said, you're right where Santa dropped dead.
he's Santa
And
reincarnated and now a creepy neighbor. Was that season one? Because I looked so young, it had to have been season one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was
And you were itty bitty in the show that we're talking about tonight.
oh
He
yeah,
was
yeah,
like, "Oh my God."
so young. We talk about that show a lot. I talk about the Christmas episode a lot because it's one of my favorite episodes, and it's one of the few where you remember how many times we broke almost every time
Well,
that zombie film.
Is on camera
You can see him. He looks
trying
at
to
the camera.
stifle.
He
Yeah.
actually looks in the lens, which is, of course, the biggest no-no in acting, and he's a seasoned vet, but like he couldn't help himself.
Well,
wow.
I love our Christmas episodes too, and
Oh, yeah.
they're rather infamous. I had to do one where I Xeroxed my ass when he was trying to get into
Oh,
the
that's right.
bank.
That's right.
And I'm like bouncing around on this Xerox machine. It was kind of warm.
Oh my God.
And then there was one, and I directed this one where I'm having this big party. I guess it's Jefferson and I keep coming over to the Bundys, and they're like, "What's going on?" And then nothing, nothing, and whatever, getting stuff. And I'm in a little Santa suit with
Oh,
lights on my ass. Anyway, the Christmas episodes. And
God.
come on, Sam Kinison.
Oh, the
It's a
best.
Wonderful Life. That was
Wasn't
amazing.
that a wild 2 weeks with Sam? God.
Yeah. Well, it actually, do you remember this? That he just didn't show up
Yeah.
one
Well,
day?
like 2 different days. He missed 2 days of work.
And then he sent belly dancers.
And Chasen's. Remember, he catered Chasen's with belly dancers.
And
God.
then we got these bully sticks, these like police
Oh,
grade
right. Blackjack.
batons,
Black
you know?
Blackjacks? No, I guess they were batons. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
Yeah.
weird. I forgot about that. I have to tell you, Sam, we remained friends for a long time after. Sam and I became pretty close. He had the biggest heart. He really did. He was all fucked up, obviously, but he had such a big heart. And I would go over to his house. I mean, I'll just say this now. It's everybody knows. I mean, there would be like just randomly around the house mountains of coke with like $100 bill covering it here, there, over there. And but he was such a sweetheart. I was over there and happened to be my dad's birthday on December 10th. And I said, my dad's a huge fan. He goes, "Oh, you want me to say happy birthday?" He got on the phone. He's like, "Happy fucking birthday, Roger." Oh, oh, oh. My dad just never forgot about it. He remembered it
That's
forever.
cool.
I
That's
was-
cool. Well, and he died rather young. I mean, he didn't stay alive for that many years after he was with us. So,
He
I mean,
didn't.
did you hang out with him for several years after?
Yeah, I mean, I would go to his shows. He took a liking to me, and I don't know why, because I never partook with him. I was pre me experimenting with my own recreational things. And I think there was something, I don't know, he just took a liking to me and I liked him and we really got along well. And I would introduce him at his shows and I don't know. I think there was like an innocence about me that he like, I don't know that he felt good about. Um, but yeah, he was
Well,
a
you are a chill guy. You always were. Like I said earlier on about being a director, you're so easy. I don't know now. You're probably a nightmare.
yeah, I
But
mean,
back
ask my
then,
wife. My wife is the only one who'll tell you I'm a nightmare.
kidding.
Uh,
Yeah, but anyway, I'm not surprised that he was also, the thing about Sam is he was very in touch with his little kid. I mean, that's what he was. He was a grown-up little kid. And so, being around youthful energy was probably nice for him.
yeah, he was a good dude. But yeah, so the Christmas episodes were always great, and but I really loved watching A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's so creepy. I mean, when just some little creepy moments. I mean, when he comes out and you're hugging Steve, and and Daddy's gonna make it all better. That made me laugh, man. That made me laugh.
I mean, we had a good time, and that was when it was really fun. And you can tell Ed's enjoying it too. And, that
Mhm.
just makes it all the more delicious. And, I'm sure the guys that are and gals that are watching this podcast understand that when you're having a good time on screen, it kind of
Oh,
jumps out at you.
thousand
And
percent.
so that's all that show was, you point and laugh at us,
Mhm.
hopefully.
Yeah,
And
Amanda, I wanted to ask you, out of all the characters on the show, you don't have to lean as towards David as the answer.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Did you have
oh, I
a,
will though. Go ahead.
you can, but did you have a favorite, like when you were doing a scene and bantering back and forth? Was there somebody on the cast maybe that you were the most comfortable with that was easier for you?
Well, I think we got pretty comfortable with one another pretty quickly because we were in this little sort of bastard show in this what is this network, and it called itself FBC because it wanted to be, you know, elevated like CBS and NBC. No, and then it just Fox, and then we made fun of that.
Oh yeah.
But no, I mean, the one thing I will say with David though is after David Garrison left, Steve left me, and I was single for a few episodes. And when they started intimating that Bud and Marcy were going to hook up, I was like, nope, we're
That
not
was
going there.
weird, right? I don't
Yeah,
remember
and
those
I mean,
episodes. I'm sure some of the fans on here
it
will
would not
remember.
happen.
Well, there was like
Wow, that's
one
crazy.
where
Well,
wasn't there one where we had like there was like a thing that was like I was into you. I don't remember. There was one that they touched
well,
on.
I
I don't
think
remember.
I was asleep on the couch because I was now just clingy and
Uh-huh.
needy. And
Uh-huh.
then I think we were asleep on the couch at the same time. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't pick that episode. Anyway, that was but that was kind of rare when I got to just be with you, David.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
wasn't typical.
we didn't really have much banter together, our two
Mm-mm,
characters,
mm-mm.
right?
And of
No.
course, when you've got the polar opposite characters like Marcy and Al,
Mhm.
that's where the conflict is, and that's where a lot of the
Oh yeah.
funny comes.
Oh
And
yeah.
I remember one of the ones that I really loved doing was Jerry Springer.
Oh yeah.
And do you remember that guy, the talk show host?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he
yeah, of
came
course.
on
Yeah,
and they kidnapped him.
that's right.
And they were in a TV studio, and it was all the No Ma'am guys in the audience.
Didn't we do a
And then
post about
Jefferson
that?
had a No Ma'am shirt, and
Brian,
then I
didn't we?
ran on the stage. What,
Oh,
baby?
I'm just asking, didn't we do a post about this episode?
I think Brian, that was for you.
I can't.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
yes.
we actually posted about this because it's a great. So go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
So
no, but that was a really particularly fun one because, Marcy comes screaming onto the set, and all Al can say is when I'm blah, 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 insult, and he just goes, "Well, you're a chicken," and that's all that Al's brain can say over and over again. And it was a good time. It was.
People love the chicken thing. Like, when I posted you were coming on, a lot of people, why does she keep calling me a chicken? I mean, I saw that post over and over. As a matter of fact, one of the guys we have some guys in Europe that get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to watch this. And one of them said, well, I have to get up at 3 a.m. for a chicken. It's just some funny. So where did that originate? How did
that I have really skinny legs, David.
That's what it was, right? You started wearing shorts, and the writers, weren't they good at picking up, like, poking fun?
Oh, yeah.
About?
Nobody was safe.
God.
Nobody. But, all my life I've had really skinny legs. And my older brother, when I was young, used to just tease me about it all the time and would call me chicken legs.
Oh, really?
And so I ended up having a career out of it. That's good. That's cool.
Now, did you bring that up, or was that just a coincidence?
They're still really skinny. What, honey?
Did you bring that up, or was that just a coincidence that they also? Did you tell somebody that story and then the writers ran with it, or
No, I think they were just making fun of me.
Oh my God, that is too bad. That is too funny.
Yeah, I had to Google that one to figure out what was the inside joke there. And I couldn't find anything online credible enough because you obviously don't look like a chicken. So I'm like, where did that even come from?
No, it's skinny legs. And I do. I have really skinny legs. And
that moment will go down in history that, that was a brilliant moment. Why does he keep calling it chicken? And just the head and the whole thing. That was genius. That was absolute genius.
I have a feeling that Ed might have, Ed was so inventive and we would, make suggestions, and he had some great ones. And that, I'm trying to think, it might have also been my orgasms that I got to do on national television when Marcy would get carried away. And so I was working out the first one, which was about Elvis. Marcy just gets all intense. And I think Ed said, keep it really still. And it was like, yeah, cool. And that's a wonderful thing when actors can, build each other up.
I mean, the whole bit about the dentist, I thought that was the first orgasm thing. The dentist bit is classic.
Was that one?
You can spit now.
Yeah. That was Joe Flaherty, wasn't it, Joe?
Oh,
from SCTV?
Well, no, I mean, I don't know if that actually happens I don't know where, because I guess Al has to go to the dentist, right? And you start talking about your experience at the dentist. And
yeah, no, I remember that, but I think the dentist was played, speaking of sketch actors, was Joe Flaherty. Yeah,
and it was out the one where he's like, I'm so mad, I'm shaking. And he goes to get into Al's mouth. Is that one?
Maybe. I think there was only one dental
Tracy
one.
Lords was in that
Honey,
episode.
we did so many shows.
259.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. Tracy Lords was in that episode. She played.
Was she in that one? She was so sweet.
She really was. And you know what? I watched that episode back, and she's actually pretty good in it. I was like, oh my God, she's not a bad actor.
No, and she went on to have, I think, some kind of acting career for sure. I think that was her first, what do you call it?
Jaunt.
Transition into,
actual act. Yeah, she was good in the episode. I have to give it to her.
Yeah. Yeah. We had quite the guest star list.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So speaking of the stars, I have a question for you. You had two husbands on the show.
Yeah.
Who do you think Marcy would say was her favorite between the two husbands? Who would Marcy have chosen? Like, was Steve better for Marcy? Or was Jefferson the choice for Marcy? I mean, obviously Jefferson won the role, but like, who do you think was the better husband to Marcy? I
love David Garrison. We're friends to this day. And how strange is it that I'm doing this tonight and he sent me an email like a couple of hours ago. And wow. I mean, we infrequently, but then I've seen almost every show especially the ones in New York or when he's done a national tour.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big fan of
Oh, that's
his.
cool.
I learned a lot from David,
Yeah.
and that role was the only one that was written for someone. They wrote that part with for
David
David.
had the role first, right?
Yeah,
Garrison
well,
had
it was
the
written
role.
for him. No,
Right.
they had, because they had done a
It's your
series
move.
with him before. Yeah.
It's your move, which I loved that show. I was a fan of that show before I even knew I was going to be on Married with Children. So when they said it was those writers, I was like, oh, snap. Because I love Jason Bateman. What a career he's carved out for himself, huh?
Yeah, I directed him in
Oh,
an episode of some lousy sitcom 100,000 years ago, but he's very keen.
he's
I
keen. And
mean,
by the way, so his dad, Kent Bateman, I don't know if he's still alive or not. His dad was our acting teacher. He had a acting workshop on Ventura Boulevard near Coldwater, and he had class every Saturday for like 5 hours. I hated being dropped off there. It was like my Saturday, and I had to get dropped off there. And he was to this day the greatest teacher, and I know why Jason is the actor he is. He was a great teacher, and he would allow Jason, because you remember my dad Roger and how kind of crazy and strict he was, right? It was like very, our house was like, and to go over there and watch Jason just be free and be able to say whatever he wanted and act like I was crazy. I was like, oh my God. And I think he's that actor because, his dad was a great teacher. But anyway,
well, he's an incredible actor. He's an incredible director.
Yeah.
I love a writer. I mean, there's not much that he's done that I haven't watched and really enjoyed. I mean, Ozark was a primo show.
So good.
And that was his baby. I mean, and he's
Yeah, I
gone
didn't
on
know
to
that.
do more and more and more. Let's
He's
talk
freezing.
about you.
She's
David.
freezing up. You're freezing up a little bit, and you keep freezing in the eye closed position.
Are we frozen? Am
You
I
are, but
frozen
we
in
can
time?
hear you, but you're frozen.
Yeah,
with
y'all
You
are.
look like a chicken.
You're frozen in chicken position. Do you have another spot in your house that's closer to your modem?
You literally look like a chicken right now.
Can you,
That's funny.
can you
By the
hear
way,
us?
guys, the name of the episode was The Agony of Defeat. It was season 4, episode 22, when Kelly tricked both Marcy and Bud into thinking that they slept with each other.
Oh,
And it was on the
wow.
couch.
The agony of defeat. I love it. Now, Amanda, I don't know if you can hear us, but we can't hear you, and you are frozen in time. So I don't know if you can sign back in or move positions, but I love what position you're in frozen. You do. Okay, she'll probably come back.
Yeah.
Let's
we'll
hope
get her
so.
back.
If not, that was our episode with Amanda Burst.
Hey, it was great. I loved it. No, she'll come back, but until she does,
Should we take a
why don't
question?
why don't we talk a little bit about that episode since we had to do our homework on it?
Yeah.
So for those that didn't watch it, or for those that did watch it, it was at a time when Nightmare on Elm Street was all the rage, and it was a little bit of a parody about a horror movie or a scenario. And the nightmare was Al being with Marcy in a very romantic situation, which was kind of horrifying to probably him. And then at the end of the episode, it happened to her. She had the same nightmare about Al. So I thought that it was great writing. It was a very funny episode. Do you remember anything about that when you were from years ago, David?
I mean, I just remember cracking up. When I was young, they were just like comedy gods to me. I'm gonna call Amanda right now. Should I call her on the phone? Just for fun. Everybody can be in on this. I'm gonna call Amanda.
I'd rather see her sitting on the couch and freezing up.
I do
again.
too. I was gonna tell her.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hi, it's Amanda.
Oh, it went straight. She sent me to voicemail. How dare she?
Yeah, she's probably trying to log in right now.
I'm sure she is. I just want to make sure she has like access and she knows it's the same link she went to, right?
She has to free up her 56K connection, a real throwback to the 80s.
I'm just gonna text her and tell her to try to log back in. Sorry, guys, we just want to have her back in here.
I'm glad we got to learn a little bit about the chicken joke because I felt like I was missing something. But
hey, jump back on the link or call me if you get this. We're waiting for you. We love having you.
hey, even if that's all we get, that was awesome for me, like as a fan, to see Marcy Darcy again.
Yeah, she's great. Should we take like a question or two?
Yeah, let's take a question until till we get Marcy Darcy back in. Does anybody, if you're a panel, and by the way, this is how it works tonight. The Elite Sloucher membership tier, if you guys have noticed, that means you get to be a guest on the show and get to sit right next to us on the couch. You get to ask a question. It's really next level. There's no other TV show or entertainment out there where there's a podcast that lets you interact and be a part of the show. So we're doing something pretty groundbreaking, kind of like your show was back in the day. So that being
Amanda.
said, oh, she's calling. Should we put her on speaker and finish the?
Hey.
Oh, there
Hey.
she is. Oh no,
Oh,
there's
she's not.
Norman, ready for a question.
Yes.
Amanda, can you hear me? I think she's having tech difficulties across the board. She can't
That's
hear me.
okay. I think we let her just figure it out and come back in
Yeah.
again.
All
But
right.
we got Norman on right now.
Norman.
Norman, let's unmute you and let's get a question. Brian, put him on the couch so that it'll show up for everybody that is not a panelist. One sec, Norman.
All right. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Okay.
Let's
Great.
get you a better seat though. There you
There
are.
we go. Right in the middle. Appreciate it. Dave, I have a question
What's up,
about
Norman?
the Norman Jablonski.
Oh, I love it,
For some
dude.
reason,
I love
Yeah.
that you picked that name because a lot of people don't know that reference because what people will say on social media, they'll say Woe Bundy, and sometimes when
Yeah.
I'm just like feeling like shit, having a fun time, I say Woe Blonsky back. Some people crack up and get it. Some people don't. I
Yeah.
don't think Darren and Brian probably don't even know that reference. You want to tell them what it is, Norman?
yeah, that refers to the Kinnison episode.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and kind of the guardian angel, and what would happen if Al was never born. And it was the first appearance, I believe, of Ted McGinley, who came in as Norman Jablonski.
She says she can't unmute, Brian, just so you know. She can see us, but she can't unmute. I'm just telling you. Sorry. Yeah, it was Ted McGinley. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was his first appearance, and he was Norman Jablonski, and you guys were all the Jablonski family.
Oh my God.
That
It was
That's
was
pretty
a
random.
great
Again,
two-parter.
and so he, there's show like because in the actual movie, It's a Wonderful Life, right? He's gonna he says I should have never been born. The angel comes back, shows him how fucked everybody's life would be if he wasn't born. Well, the opposite, of course, happens to Al. Everybody's life is we're all like Kelly's like frigid and smart and like it's crazy. But do you remember at one point? Al, because Al's like looking at us as a go, he's we can't see him, but he can see us. And at one point Ted puts his hand, and he goes, "Whoa, Jablonski, whoa, Jablonski," and it cuts to Ted going, Jablonski. It's a great moment. I'm so glad you picked that name.
Yeah, I was trying to pick a good one. I'm glad I did.
Right.
Another great line in that was where Al said, "Oh, the football team retired her jersey," referring to Peggy.
Yeah.
When she said, "I saved myself for marriage," and he said, "Oh, come on, the football team retired her jersey."
Yeah. Genius.
I still use that to this day in a proper moment.
Hey,
Yeah.
Brian, she's saying she won't allow her to unmute. There she is over there, and she says she can't unmute. Can you unmute her?
Yeah, Norman, we might have to kick you off the couch and get back to Charlie in a second.
Okay, am I in?
You're in.
Am
I in?
Yeah, let's squeeze you next.
We're just finishing up a question from Norman here. What did you want to ask?
Yeah, about the stage production and the sets. Obviously, the living room and the couch was the main set. And you had the audience, most of the audience was right in front of that. Mm-hmm. To stage left of the living room, was that the shoe store, or was that Peg and Al's bedroom, or what was that usually?
Like how it was set up, you mean? Like literally? Yeah. Well, I'll let Amanda, Amanda directed. She'll know better than me. It depended on what they were using. Can I talk now? Yeah, we got you.
Back on the couch.
Okay. You guys are frozen. What happened is you guys froze. I'm just jibber jabbering away.
You froze. You
froze. No, you froze. Okay. So, hi, Norman.
Hi, Amanda.
By the way, his screen name is Jablonski. Do you remember that reference? Or do you not even remember it?
Oh, and Woe Jablonski?
Oh, the great. So his screen name is Norman Jablonski, which I just love.
That's great.
You wanted to know where the shoe store was oriented on the soundstage?
Yeah, on the soundstage. Yeah, they had the living room and the couch and the main, the main stage, And then to stage left of that, was that the shoe store? Or was that Peg and Al's bedroom, or was that the garage, or was it
It
something else?
depended on the it depended on the episode and what it needed. If there was we would call those swing sets, although
Okay.
the shoe store worked more regularly.
Okay.
And as a director, I really loved when they would put them close together so that I could move cameras over and go seamlessly into another scene.
Okay.
But it depended on the episode. The shoe store wasn't in every episode, nor was the bedroom. So
Right.
but I don't think we ever did a show without the living room.
No, it was
Yeah,
always
I don't
The
there.
Bundy living
think, yeah. Now,
I remember when they built that. Remember when they built that big street for the scene, the show where BB King was singing on the bench, and Al
Oh,
is like
yeah.
looking for something. He's looking for a doll or something.
No, it was My Barbie.
You're
Okay.
Oh, okay. Was it really?
And no, yeah, that was a big took up a lot of room. We were still at
God.
Sunset Gower at that time.
They
And
brought a
Steve
bear.
and Al were going to look for My Barbie because Steve had given it away or something.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. It was worth like a ton of money, right?
I don't even know about that. It was just not to have Marcy's wrath.
Well, I think
But-
Norman knows. Wasn't it worth a bunch of money or something?
yeah, I'd have to look again. I'd have to see it again.
One of the things
Yeah.
that was really funny is a friend of Katie's, Chucky Wise, who's kind of a known musician, had the Barbie and a cigarette to its face.
Yeah.
Like they
my God.
located it, and he was like threatening the Barbie.
Oh, that's
with-
hilarious. Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that now. That's right. How cool was it to have BB King sitting there with
I
his
know.
car on a street that looked like a Chicago. It was so cool. I didn't understand the weight of it at that time because I was so young. But looking back, it's like, wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, when you guys would go up the stairs in the living room set,
Mhm.
did that lead up to the dressing room, or was that just a regular
Nowhere.
blocked off?
Well,
Nowhere.
David can speak to that.
We were up there all the time. Christina and I, we
Yeah.
have to go up, wait. So if you go around that corner right there,
Yeah.
it's literally just a plank, like a wooden plank that goes, down, and it's thin, balsa wood or whatever you call it. And Christina and I started graffitiing that thing, and we would tag it up, and I'd have people come over and like different actors or actors or rappers or whoever was there. So we tagged up the whole wall. It was that's what was back there. It was pretty wild, but nothing special at all.
Yeah. And nothing in the basement steps. I mean, that was just a wall.
Just to so you go in that closet
Yeah.
right there, and it's literally just a tiny little empty space. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It's weird to think that, right? Because when I watch shows, your imagination takes you to that's the bedroom. That's the basement down there. And you don't think until, and then you're on set. It's like, it's wild.
Well,
Isn't
back to the Christmas episodes, and one of the ones I directed was when you and Kelly were trying to get a jukebox up
Mhm.
from the backyard where the creative genius is right now. You guys were pulling up the jukebox to surprise your mom and dad for Christmas.
Barely. I barely
And this
remember
was
that.
the first time where so Kelly lets go of it, and what happened is you went up and then came crashing down as a dummy, and it was one of our
Yeah.
first dummies.
Yeah.
Cracked me up because
Oh
it
my
has
God.
everything to do with how the dummy falls,
Oh my God.
and you were just yeah.
Well, what's funny
to
is
this
about
day,
those
that one will make me laugh.
about those
What?
dummies real quick. Just a little side story about those dummies, because Ed, I think the only two people who had them were myself and Ed, right? The life-size, life-weighted dummies, and for me, they offered to do. You know how they do the what do? They put like a clay over, right, and like the whole and then they create the face out of it. Well, you know, Ed was like, fuck that. I don't want a clay on my face. Just make it look like me. I, of course, did the whole thing, and it was scarily, eerily very similar, and it was bizarre. And I actually had it, I used it in my, I had it in my backseat of my car for a long time. And I would use it as like the carpool thing. And it was so creepy looking back in the rear view mirror and seeing me. I finally had to get it out of there. And I have no idea to this day now where it might be. I think I like donated it to like some, you know, TV museum or something like that.
Wow. I didn't know you
Crazy.
did that, but that's perfect.
Creepy.
Let's get another caller now. Now
Yeah.
that we got Marcy Darcy back, let's see
We're
if
gonna bring
anybody
in
has.
Did
another
you
Charlie.
think I
question.
just quit? Did you think I was like,
She was like, hey, I'm out of here.
yeah?
Like lame? I'm out. Norman, thank you again for your input. That was awesome, and the name is Next Level.
Next level. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. All right, we got another person coming behind you there, Amanda. Don't be scared. Okay, let's see what your question is. We got Charlie.
Amanda, welcome to the show. This is awesome. This is number 2, and it's been a great time so far.
Thank you, Charlie.
I guess my first question would be, I guess tell us a little bit about your transition from film to sitcoms, because obviously you did Fright Night, I believe, in '85. Married with Children started in '87. Was it just time to find some more work, or was sitcom kind of your ultimate goal?
Well, I had auditioned for some other films. One I was offered the part, and then on the flight back from New York to LA, it didn't happen. So I had never auditioned for a sitcom before I auditioned for Married with Children. Yeah, I was a huge TV kid growing up, and the old Mary Tyler Moore and Bob Newhart and really classic half-hour shows I loved. And so I was, excited to get to be a part of it. And that's just, that show just kept going. And I did, I think, what they used to call movies of the week,
Oh, remember
sometimes
those?
on our hiatuses. But no, Fright Night, we made it in '84, in early '85, in this, it was a summer release. And then Married, we made the pilot in December, and then they recast Bud and Kelly, thankfully. And that was the first part of '87, right? And then it launched in April, right, David?
April
In '87, yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, we're coming up on 40 years.
Just before we forget, Fright Night, who was the lead, the villain, the
Chris Sarandon.
He was
Sarandon,
great.
yeah.
He's Chris Sarandon. Is that he's related? Is that Susan's
First husband, and she didn't give up the name.
Oh, it's her first husband. Oh, wow. Oh, that's wild. But I loved him in that. And by the way, I was a fan of that movie before I met you, and it was just
Really?
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
Well, I've just only heard that now.
Yes.
So
wow.
you had plenty of time to share that. No, I'm kidding. You know who was a fan, and I don't think it hurt me getting the part, was Michael Moy.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
He was a fan of Fright Night. And yeah, I mean, like this show, the two things I became most known for as an actor, because my acting career was this big and my directing career was a little bigger, ended up being these cult things, Fright Night and Married with Children. And that's how come I go to do these conventions. And when we were talking, David, the horror fans are major. And they really did a lot to help create the whole convention universe.
Well, I just did my first horror film, and I'm super excited about it. I mean, it's a sort of what do you call it? Like a mockumentary, so it's a comedy horror. But I'm hoping in success that the fans, it'll be a cult classic. That would be awesome because I want to have those.
Ironically, he got pooped on by a chicken.
I did. I get murdered, hacked up by a chicken, and then shat on by a chicken, which is ironic. We'll tell you.
Is that what you did in St. Petersburg?
St. Pete's. Yeah, St. Pete. Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
It was really weird
So
getting that
what,
video sent to me. It was weird.
is it going to stream or is it going to have a theatrical release? Do you know yet?
Well, that's, anybody's guess, but we had fun making it, and there's some hilarious moments. I sent Darren, kind of a secret video that someone was shooting, and we had an idea last minute to have this giant half man, half chicken, not just kill me, but defecate on me, and that was a last minute thing that we
Wow.
came up with in the moment, and it's sour cream, the chicken with the white glue. Anyway,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
wow.
But in success, we'll have a cult classic on our hands. By the way, you're speaking of the conventions. Amanda and I guess it's our first time together.
And Katie,
And Katie Seagal. The three of us will be in where are we? Buffalo?
Buffalo. And that was so funny because in the episode of
Reference.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Steve was in Buffalo. Buffalo gets mentioned a few times.
Well, he
Not
comes in,
sure
he says,
why.
"I'm horny and I've been to Buffalo." Which is
Yeah,
great.
so we'll see each other at the end of June, I think.
Yeah, it'll be cool to have all three of us there.
That's great.
Yeah.
Sans Ed.
Charlie, did you have another question before we let you go?
Yeah, one more if that's okay. So, how did you make that transition into directing? Is that something you talked to the producers and writers about, or did they come to you about that? Obviously,
Good
that turned into a long-term
question,
career.
Charlie. Good question.
Thank you.
No, here's the deal. By that time, and we didn't get these big pickups because it was like, is Fox going to be there tomorrow? We weren't sure.
Right.
And then we kind of knew that we were going to keep going, but we'd only get picked up a year at a time. Anyway, but it had kind of settled down and established itself after about the fourth season, I think. And so, you renegotiate for getting a little bit more money per episode kind of thing. And I knew that I was really kind of fifth banana because it was the Bundy family. And then Marcy and Steve and Jefferson, whatever. But they said, your money's capping, basically. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Would you like to write an episode or direct an episode? And I said, I'd really like to direct. And I always pay attention to the crew and what's going on was so interesting to me, again, coming from theater. So I negotiated for it, Charlie. And so then they said, all right, well, next season or whatever, you'll get one. And a lot of actors will try to do this. And some shows, the creative producers will go, let's just say we did, pay her, and we're good. But, Ron and Michael, the creators of Married with Children, were such generous guys.
Geniuses and great.
They were just, they're good guys.
Great
And I came to find that out in a big way after Married with Children ended, and I worked on a lot of different shows with not as good guys.
Oh,
so
man.
anyway,
Wow.
so when it came time for my episode, they said, go for it. And I did.
Wow.
Perfect. Good for you.
Speaking of Ron and Michael,
Well, it went okay. So they gave me another, and then that's
She
when
was
I
great.
knew that this is really what I wanted to do.
she was great. She stepped into that role with the
Do you remember my
quickness.
show bribes, David?
Your what?
Show bribes?
Oh yeah, what was that? I can't remember.
I would bring presents every time I directed, so you wouldn't. And I said, if you fuck up, I'm taking it back.
That's right.
You better do good for me.
Nothing better than the takeaway, right?
You were a great and fun director.
Charlie, that was awesome having you ask.
Much
your
better than
questions.
Jerry Cohen. No, I'm just kidding. I'm still friends with Jerry, by the way.
And on that last point by our friend Charlie over there, what I noticed about some of the earlier episodes with you, the character that is was much more calm and observational and controlled, but there was this transformation later on where you became louder, more reactive, more physical comedy, and fully involved in the chaos. How much of that was attributed to you becoming a director? Did you influence that, or was that something the writers did?
It's in the writing, and we all got a little crazier. I mean, and I tell people we became the Simpsons.
Oh
They
my
used the
God.
majority of our storylines, and then we became kind of heightened in that way. And
Yeah.
although we still came from our own reality, I mean, it was a big cartoon. Like I said, the dummies, like Al and his friends were on the roof in one episode,
Oh,
I think,
it's a
that I
great
directed,
episode.
and they're just flying off the roof. But Michael Moy, one of the creators, he loved the cartoon um, with Wiley K. Roadrunner.
Roadrunner, yeah.
And that had a character, Wiley Coyote, who was just a loser. He was just a
Mhm.
big loser all the time, trying to catch the Roadrunner, blah, blah, blah. He'd had anvils drop on his head, and then he'd be back with a Band-Aid like that. And we were doing that with Al, that he would be, basically dead, but no, he'll be on the couch with a little Band-Aid over here. And so,
Yeah, we became much more cartoonish, especially Ed. You know, watching the first season, he's an angry Chicago guy, and it transforms into something else for better or for worse. I mean, it kind of became more of cartoonish, which people loved as well. But I watched that first season, and he's a much angrier Al.
Huh.
It's
Well, I
interesting.
think and again, people have asked that, probably you too, David. Was there improv? Did you improvise the lines? It's
Not
like, no,
much.
this was all scripted.
Yeah.
Most of what you saw was already written on the page. So they wrote Marcy a little kookier, like the orgasms, and then it's like, oh, well, let's do that again. And we were being puppeted around, but again, it's about having fun. If you're having fun, then the audience will have fun. And the fact that this still is on the air is amazing.
I want to bring up something about that dentist, the orgasm scene. It's so great. It's so wonderful. And then, he says, "Okay, you can spit now, Marcy." And then it cuts to Katie, and she tops the whole thing with, "Al, I want to go to the dentist." It's hysterical. Her read is perfect. The whole bit is just, it's great.
Well, and I'm sure you read Richard's book since you had him, I'm guessing. Did
Yeah,
you?
I read it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I scoured that
Yeah.
thing to make
And I
sure.
mean,
I just flipped through to my parts, but it was great. No, I'm kidding.
you
Bullshit,
just went to
bullshit,
the
my part.
back.
Bullshit,
Okay.
bullshit, my part.
No, but it was an interesting for him to, and appropriate for him to write, because he was there
The whole time.
from the beginning to the end.
Right.
And so he could attest to, they would find strengths in certain performances and then write towards it. And that
Absolutely.
it's done on many shows when you kind of find your groove, and it's like,
And
okay, well, that works, so let's do that.
they'd start writing for us, right? In a way.
Yeah, well, truly. And they were aware of kind of the way the audience was responding. We had a lot of military in the live audiences. Do you remember that? Because they were, and I do remember this, when we get introduced to before the taping of the show, and they bring the actors out, and it's kind of in order, back order of your credit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And my credit was above Christina Applegate's at the time. And so she came out before me, and then it was me. But it goes so crazy for
my God.
Christina when she would come out. Do you remember this, David? And I mean, just crazy. And then it was like Amanda Burst part, it was like,
yeah. It's like coming out
then
after,
I said,
yeah.
what? I don't want to start every episode with that. So Chrissy, you're gonna come out after me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, because why set myself up for disappointment
Oh my God,
every time?
that's so funny.
That is funny. That was some good questioning. So we have another guest, Brian H. Can we get Brian H. on the couch to ask a question? Amanda, are you cool hanging out a little longer?
Oh
Yeah.
yes, we're
In your
now
own-
in the
in your own room?
Darcy. We're in the Darcy living room. By the way, is my computer? Someone just texted me that they can see people walking back and forth. Am I in the room as well? Is my?
You're
you guys-
on the Darcy sofa.
Okay, so shut up, Ben. Yeah, we're on the Darcy sofa, guys. We are now in the Darcy/Rhodes.
Do you feel more at home now, Amanda? Is this like
Not at all.
It
I
looks
don't
like a
recognize.
90-year-old's. Looks like a 90-year-old's living room, right?
Kind
Was
of.
it on only one
But with
episode? This
a
living
leather
room?
couch that's so 90s, 80s. Is that leather or
No,
velvet
I
or
don't think
something?
it's leather.
I
It's
think
like
it's
velvet.
velvet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
looks like my grandma's house.
awesome. So
Okay,
let's get
why
Why
are
is
we
it?
in my living room?
Saw you
we just thought it
feeling
would
more
be
comfortable
fun.
over here.
All right, so let's get a caller. Let's get Brian H if you can,
Brian
Brian.
H.
Sure. Ask to unmute. Bringing him in.
I think he deserves to be on the couch.
Hi, Brian.
Or lurking in the back.
Hello.
All right,
Nice to
let's
finally
hear it.
meet you all, and thank you all for
Brian,
doing this, by the way.
I'm sorry, what?
Thank you all for doing this, and very nice to meet everybody.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to be asked.
So, okay, so I thought that one of the funniest twists of this episode was really finally at the end when Marcy starts appearing in Al's dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Payback.
Yeah.
Yep, payback. I'm curious. Did anybody in the cast inspire the writers for that twist?
No,
Amanda,
it was all them, wasn't it, David? It was really them. And
100%.
I can't imagine what that writing room was like. I would kind of
Oh,
tiptoe a little bit by it when I was directing an episode because, they would need to tell me something or I would need to share some information with them about how it was going, la, 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 la.
well,
But,
let's paint
yeah,
the picture of that room for our audience really quick. That writing room, first of all, this is the late 80s, early 90s. It was filled with cigarette smoke.
that's
You
right.
walk in, it was like walking through a foggy room, and I remember there was wasn't there like a sex doll in one corner with a
Probably.
there was,
These are things I've chosen to forget.
and
Right.
Michael Moy had a harpoon gun for some reason. It was just the most bizarre. But like you said, I can only imagine them sitting around. I mean, it would have been hurtful if you were a fly on the wall in that room, right?
Yeah.
It would have been
But
brutal.
my character was named, there was a female writing team, which is kind of unbelievable for this horribly misogynist,
Yeah.
show that Marcy
great.
Vosberg and Sandy Sprung were a
And
writing
Kathleen-
team. And that's where
Kathleen-
Marcy got her
Oh,
name.
wow.
And Catherine Green. So the three of them
Yes.
were brilliant. And Marcy was named after Marcy Vosberg, the writer.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Brian, you have another question for us?
Yes, I do. So, Amanda, what was I guess I was curious as well when the transition between Steve and Jefferson. How did you eventually get the rhythm down as far as the comedy and how that changed?
Well, they're very different actors. You know this, David. That Ted and David Garrison are just different sort of training backgrounds. And David Garrison was a theater actor. That's what he left to do. He's
Right.
still doing it now. He's off doing a.
Oh, wow.
He's
All
been
his
on
life.
Broadway a billion times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's a, how can I say this? Very detailed. And
An actor's actor.
Ted was very broad stroke. And so it was a kind of a different energy, but again, you just stay in the moment and you work off what that actor's doing. So what Ted used to do, which I don't know if this is kosher, but he would stand behind me at the door and make faces and shit. You know what I mean? We call that upstaging, but I knew he was doing it. And then I'd turn around and be like,
Garrison was doing that? David?
yeah, but and they went all over the map with his character, like he was a spy
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh,
a
yeah.
gigolo and
Yeah, it was
whatever.
couldn't figure out what he was.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
know,
think
as any show will tell you that as the years go on, it's like, okay, what are we doing now? What's the storyline going to be now?
Right.
And that's why I think it got a little crazier and crazier. Because what are you going to
Man.
do with this?
Yeah, I think one of the funnest episodes I thought was one of the later ones was the one with Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh,
In the ship.
What
When
was
we're
it
in the
like
lifeboat.
working with the legend Gilbert Gottfried?
can I take that question really quick? Because
Yeah,
Gilbert was one of the most soft-spoken, sweetest little men that you've ever met. You know, he'd come on, yeah. And I went to lunch with him, and I have to tell you, he's a mensch. I did a web series years later on Sony's Crackle, called Starving, and I had an episode for him in mind. He flew out from New York. He was a New Yorker. Flew out from New York on his own dime, got paid SAG like bullshit scale for internet, and he was genius in the episode. So my answer to that is one of the kindest, greatest, and by the way, if you ever seen him roast anyone, one of the funniest comedians of all time, in my opinion. That's my thought of Gilbert.
I think it's crazy you had Sam Kinison and him both.
What'd you think of
Yeah.
Gilbert, Amanda?
I thought he was great in that episode. You ended up having much more of a afterlife with a lot of folks on the show, which is so cool. I was going home and parenting most of the time, and but I remember that episode because of him, and I kind of knew him from when I hung out in the stand-up world with various folks way back when, and he did do props things, and he would do these Mickey Mouse ears with trays or something.
Yes.
I don't know, but he very talented.
Have you ever seen him in any of the Comedy Central roasts? Have you ever seen him do a roast?
I've seen a couple of them. Yes.
Brutal. I mean,
most comics are.
Did you do stand up?
No. But well, we won't name names, but I was in and around it a little. So
Okay. We'll leave it at that. Sounds good.
Well, Brian, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I know.
How'd you get in the room, Brian M? Get out of our Bundy living room.
I know. What are you doing on the top of the stairs?
he's like Buck on the on the landing.
Well, that was our first idea, was to have him like on this. There you go. Yeah, get down on the floor there.
Let's take another caller. And by the way, Amanda, I appreciate all your time. This is so great having you. So
yeah, we're at the hour mark.
If you have somewhere to go,
take a couple more.
I'm on East Coast time, so I've already stayed up past my bedtime.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm cool. It's great. It's fun. I appreciate you.
We'll take a couple more, and then we'll let you know.
We'll take a couple more. Let's get to Ryan.
We'll probably hang out for a while, but we'll take a few more, and we'll let you go to sleep there on the East Coast.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to get, I see we have Adam right now first, and then we'll get to Ryan, and then we'll get to Caesar. We got a few people. All right. So we got Adam. Adam asked a great question when we had Richard Gurman. So it's good to see you. You're a little smaller than last time.
Welcome back. There he is.
There
we go.
There you go.
Amanda, thanks for joining us. That's really fun. Few questions. I got to tell you have, I think, the funniest line of the whole show. It's the shoe hotline episode, I think it's from, and it was where Al does this it was like the whole thing that gets Steve to go basically go crazy by giving the loan, and you say something like, well, I can't blame Al, because if you give a gun to a monkey and the monkey shoots somebody, you don't blame the monkey. And it was just such a thought-provoking line. And I just thought that was so funny because it's also very usable today in different scenarios.
It's interesting because Married with Children had a little foreshadowing. Like, we had an episode that was pretty brilliant where Al is on hold with an automated thing. And you have to press one, and this ended up being all of our lives now, right? Mm-hmm. But this was 80 something. Yeah.
Well,
and he's hanging in there, and then he puts the phone down. Do you remember this? And goes somewhere for just that long, and Kelly comes in and goes, "Oh." Yeah. Anyway, it was
on that note.
Ahead of its time.
It was ahead of its time. Think about it. In the very episode we're talking about, in A Nightmare on Owl Street, and one of the fans pointed it out.
It was me.
So
Yeah.
on the site, someone wrote, he says in that very episode, Steve is getting you explain it with the penny.
Yeah, well, there are two things in the episode. He had his argument about getting rid of the penny and just the timeliness
Yeah.
of that happening.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and also the scary one is that you guys predicted Steve Bartman interfering in the Cubs not going to the World Series in that episode, which
That's
is
crazy.
really funny because, as I mentioned, that was one of those lines that got cut from reruns. So that's where I saw those early episodes. And then it was when you guys moved to FX, you became more uncut of the show. And so we're watching it, and this is after that interference that cost the Cubs going to the World Series. Just in the background, we hear that noise
Oh my God.
and that line, and me and my dad just look at each other and we're like, where did that come from? He's like, have you ever heard that before? I'm like, no. Like, it was just like out of nowhere how it came back, and it was really freaky. So there's that. But my question, so I did have two questions. Sorry, I had to go on. First, I don't know, Amanda, if you've ever seen this meme. It's actually really funny where they're like, if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you've already met the original Karen, and they show a Marcy
yeah.
thing down there.
Oh, yeah.
And
I take that actually. Karens are atrocious. And I know Marcy, a lot of people reacted that way to her because they were pro Al. But, Marcy was always near and dear to me, but she was a total Karen. I have seen that
Karen,
on.
the
it's
original
so
Karen.
funny.
That is
Yeah.
great.
True.
And then the Justin Bieber look-alike back way back.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, with the same haircut and this is way back when he was
That's
still
what they do with me
a
with
young
Tim
kid.
Allen, and I don't know if I should take it as a compliment.
Now I can't unsee it.
That's
And then, so I have one question I noticed because I was looking at the episodes you directed, and I thought it was really interesting. So you directed the episode that David wrote, right? In the final season. And if you guys
Right.
have members are working together behind the scenes on that episode.
Yeah, that was
It's
episode.
David?
Yeah, it was called.
Yeah.
It was called Trash. It was where what happens? They have to go to the boot camp.
Yeah. It was like the trash strike or something, right? Or
Yeah.
there's garbage everywhere, right? So,
Well, when it says I wrote it, I came up with some pitches, went into the room with my partner. We pitched a bunch of stories, and they took that one, and we got to put a little input. But at the end of the day, though they really took the lead and wrote, most of
Well,
it.
that's so cool. I'm sorry, I didn't remember. That
Yeah,
was the
Todd
last
Newman
season?
and I. Yeah,
That was
Pardon?
the last season, honey?
close to, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
10 or 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I don't
great.
think it was my, it's funny. I have the story by credit, and it's definitely not one of my favorite episodes.
Well, that's sad to hear.
Yeah.
Adam, thank you for the question, by the way.
Hey, man. Thank you.
yeah, good to see
thank
you guys. Thank you for
Good to
doing
see you,
this.
man. All right, we'll see you again.
Absolutely. Hey,
Thanks.
I think we should get Ryan and Wade on if possible. I know they had
And then
questions.
we'll get Ryan and Wade, and then maybe we'll let Amanda go to bed.
Fine,
Yeah.
fine.
It's
fine,
getting
I'll
pretty
leave.
late.
Two
I
more
know how to
questions.
leave.
Wade.
All right, Wade, let's get you on the couch.
I'm behind the couch. Holy crap,
There you
finally made it. Massive thanks for coming on. Totally enjoyed your whole run on the show. Love to see the evolution of the character. And what were your favorite episodes as an actor, and what was your favorite as a director?
Wow. Wow. As an actor, I had a lot of fun on the two-part grocery store.
You better shop around.
Yeah,
Love that episode. It's my,
That was
it's
a
my favorite.
two-parter?
It's a three-part. It's my favorite.
Oh my
it was
God.
3. Wow.
Was that the
Um,
episode with Beaver with
Yeah.
Jerry Mathers?
Yes.
With you guys
By the way,
following
that
Jerry
was-
Mathers
that was-
around and dissing
That
him
was
for the
very
whole
cruel.
Yeah.
What the writers, what they wrote for him to say, extremely cruel. Oh, please kill me now. Like this, he was a washed up actor, and I felt so bad. He's there. Please kill me, take me, God. Just like brutal.
But when he dissed you guys back at the end, it was great.
Yeah, he finally gets the last laugh, right? Yeah.
Well, speaking of actors from days gone by, I directed an episode that had Larry Storch in it.
Yeah.
And it's a theatrical piece, right? And I think Al has to be the Phantom on the stage.
Because like Kelly was going to Larry Storch's acting school. Yeah.
Yes.
Because he really had one. That's what the funny part was. Larry Storch
Really?
School of Acting. Yes, that's
Wow.
where the whole thing came from.
Wow. So I had a good time there. I always had a good time behind the camera. That was just always so much fun. And I got to do shows that featured Christina a lot, like when she got a waitress job and she was in the diner and the big montage. Married with Children was big on montages.
Yep.
And do you remember that, David? That it would
Yeah.
just go into this thing and it
Oh,
would be
yeah.
choreographed and
Yeah.
and they'd get from A to B to C without saying a word.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I always enjoyed working with Chrissy. And I think we did one, David, where she's shooting an arrow. I mean, you have an apple on your head.
Is that like the
and
castle episode or?
no, you mean England? No.
No, we did another one where it was like almost like a Mr. Rogers type thing, and it was like a puppet, a Bud puppet. I don't know, man. It's
Oh, that's
259
scary.
episodes. I don't know.
You
Maybe
sure
somebody
we
here-
did that?
I know, right? Maybe it was the.
Was this the one though that
Aston
Al was in an owl suit up
Oh
in
my-
the tree?
I don't remember. Wow, I barely remember that one.
See, we did a lot.
And I keep wanting to ask this random question: did we have an episode where there was a bear on set?
It was not a real bear. This was
No,
actually
They
such
brought one in. At one point, they brought a bear in. They had a trainer, had a chain
Maybe
around
so.
it.
Well,
And the
this
reason
was
I
a-
remember
Like a
it
cabin
smelled,
one, yeah.
it smelled so fucking awful. I was like, oh my God, that's what a bear smells like. It was brutal.
Well, you should hear what he said about. No. I'm kidding. Anyway, that might have been the period piece, is what we call that episode.
People
that
love
they-
that episode.
Yeah.
Well, but that was supposed to launch that season. And because we were talking about women's periods, it's like, oh, we can talk about violence and blood and all kinds of things, but no, not women's periods. And that was a fun one to do
Oh, that
because
was
I
good.
was on the floor with Chrissy and Katie, and we were all had our cycle at the same time, which is why the men were scared and running around, and there was a bear chasing them.
Yeah, I remember that was a
but
fake
it
bear.
was I don't know if it was a real bear.
They had a
That
real
might have
bear. Someone in this room will remember. I don't know if it was, I feel like it was in the BB King episode because I remember the street set being there and they had a real bear for some reason. And I remember just the smell of it. Hopefully someone else will remember. I'm telling you, there was a bear on that set and I stayed far away from it. Not just because it smelled, but because they're fucking dangerous.
Be funny if it was actually the actor that just smelled really bad.
Yes,
Horrible breath. Anyway, sorry to that actor. Wade, do you have another question? That was awesome. I'm glad that you know so much. This is great.
No, just big thanks for all that you did. The perfect foil to Al. So I mean, without Marcy, Al doesn't work.
That's right.
And it's the whole cast was so good.
Well,
it was-
thank
it
you.
was-
That's a lovely thing to say. And we were talking about how when you have polarized characters, that's usually something to look forward to when those sparks start going.
Right.
But yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
for
Wade.
being such a fan.
That's
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
Great questions.
Right, next
We
we
got
got
my man
Ryan.
Ryan. Ryan's next, and let's get you on the couch all the
And
way
just
out
a reminder to
You look like
everybody.
you're chilling. Like, are you in LA or Florida?
He's
or
in
where?
Westlake.
Westlake. Okay. I see that palm tree back there.
You got to unmute though, Ryan. I believe you got to do it manually. Your big chance to speak, and you're all mute.
Is that our fault or his?
I believe
No,
it's
I've asked him to mute. By the way, if you guys want to ask questions,
that on him?
Raise your hand.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we can't. He can't unmute for some.
He can't
reason.
unmute himself. Yeah, I won't let him. Brian, are you able to unmute him? I feel really
Yeah, I'm trying to unmute him. It won't.
It
It's
should have a button that says the host wants you to unmute.
Here we go. There we go. Better be a good
Yeah.
question now.
It
after
might
all
be the
that.
earpiece. We can't hear him. Let's come back to you after you figure out how to unmute. Maybe. Yeah. Sorry,
Sure.
bro.
All right,
You
who we got
Not on
deck?
him. That's the same thing that happened to me.
asked
And
to
it
unmute.
says he's
Ryan,
not
can you keep trying to work on that?
Yep.
Brian, if
I'm
possible.
bringing in Caesar right now.
Oh, this is the man. Are you Notorious Cheech on?
Yes,
online?
sir. Yes, sir. That's me.
Dude, this guy is a true fan and very supportive and loyal, and is always like, on my social media and giving a lot of love. So I appreciate you, man. How you doing?
Oh gosh, I've been following you since Starving, because I remember
Mhm.
when you and Parker,
Lauren.
yeah, when you guys were doing that and you were promoting that, we were trying to get you to come host some raves in Chicago and
Oh,
do the whole
hilarious.
like back and forth. Yeah, so there's been a lot of things I reached out to you about. So
Starving
it's
was
great to,
funny, right?
yeah, oh man, I love that show. I keep trying to, find those
Sony
episodes and
buried it. When I say they
oh,
buried it, they wiped the web.
they
We did this really offensive show, Amanda, after that my friends and I created. And it was just like so over the top, so brutal to like everybody. And after the whole sort of, PC thing started happening, Sony like they wiped it from the web. Like you can't find it.
Oh,
Yeah, they didn't
trying
want to have
to put
anything
more
to do with it.
episodes on YouTube and try to just show people. I mean, I think I even have a playlist on there with most of the episodes. But yeah, I mean, it was such a great show. It was so
Sony
funny,
doesn't want their
so
name
funny.
involved with that at all. Yeah.
They don't. But my
Amanda, we
question.
did an episode where because I'm playing a far-fetched version of myself. And just as a side note, we play an episode where, because I'm always every episode I'm trying to get work and get something going. And I hear they're doing a Married with Children reboot. So, but believe it or not, Ed, Katie, and Christina came to do this episode. So I rushed to the set. You see me get all these crazy things getting ready, and I get there, and we're at the read through, and we're about to, I get to my line, and at the same time, we hear another actor say the line, and it's Seth Green. So they've hired Seth to play Bud, which is funny because in our career, I was trying out for Austin Powers, and I didn't get it. He tried out for Bud. Like we've always been together coming up as actors when we were really
right,
young. So it was a
right.
fun episode. But anyway, back to you, Cheech.
Yeah, even Christina's reaction in that episode was, oh man, it was so good. Everybody
Yeah.
was so good in that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my question for Amanda about the episode that we're talking about tonight is, it is one of the more risque episodes of the when it comes to wardrobe. It is one of the more like Marcy's risque like dressing, because she's always kind of buttoned up. I
Yes,
felt
she is.
like and you coming off of Fright Night, with the fake front
Yeah.
and,
Oh
and
wow.
and all of that stuff.
So talk about molding your face, David. I had to have my tits
Oh my
molded for
God.
Fright Night
Yes.
because I all of a sudden had to get va-va-voom, and that
Wow.
wasn't going to happen
Wow.
overnight.
Well, I
So,
did think you were hot in
yeah,
that. I
okay.
have to admit. I mean, I was like, wow,
Thank
that's what.
you.
Anyway, go ahead.
Found
Sorry.
that when
Okay,
I found
yeah,
that out. But
sorry,
my question was more about
Paige.
like no, you're fine. My question was more about like the wardrobe choices, even was that your decision? Was that more of a wardrobe decision? How did that evolve and like with you being a director?
We had a very strong wardrobe designer, Marty Squires,
Marty.
and sending prayers her way because
Yeah.
she's in a challenging place right now. But
Yeah.
she, I have to say, I think she had a special place in her heart for Marcy because she
Yeah.
had a little Marcy going on,
She
and she
did.
was
She
very
really did.
attention to detail and very very into what
Same
Marcy
haircut.
was wearing. And but I kind of noticed that when I watched this episode a little while ago. I was like, God, you can kind of see my boob in that nightgown. I was like, oh, okay. Well, it was fine. And then every once in a while they'd put me in a teddy and a bathing suit, and it was just awful to have
Remember
to
the time
do
you had to
that.
rip the trench coat off and you were like you were
Yes.
in a lingerie. I don't remember what
Yes.
that was.
And
but-
then even in England, when Ted and I went to the S&M club,
oh my
it-
God.
and we were really in an S&M club. You didn't want to touch anything.
I didn't know you were really in a club.
Yes.
Those 3 weeks in England I'll never ever forget. One of the most fun times of my life.
Well, you guys had to work a lot harder. We just had little snippets throughout. And
Yeah.
so
You were
I
off
got to
traveling
travel.
the countryside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Well, so yeah, she was always very thoughtful and careful. You know, back in the day when that wasn't happening for women a lot, the 80s and 90s were pretty brutal times to be a woman in Hollywood. And but I appreciated Marty so much because she just paid attention, and she had a great crew. Gosh, do you remember the male dresser's name?
Yeah, it was
Jimmy.
Jimmy. He passed.
Oh, yeah.
He was sick at the end there. Yeah, Jimmy was
Oh.
great. Jimmy was great. You know, my dad was
And
a costumer, so everybody knew my dad. My dad was a big costumer at a Western Costume Company.
know
So
that.
yeah. That's
Wow.
how it all happened. My older brother was there with him, and some guy wanted to use him for a commercial before I was born, and that's how the whole thing happened. So shout out Roger Faustino, wherever you are in the
There you
universe.
go. And
By the way, he
I'm
died
just
having.
going to say on the record that I adored David's mom, Kay.
It was a good
She
mom.
was just the best.
It was
And,
a
you know,
good
that
mom.
doesn't always happen because you hang out a lot with people when you're making films and television. You spend time with people. So it's always nice when there's somebody there who's so pleasant to be around.
Kay was great. Now I hear the first actor who will remain nameless right now, the first actor who played Bud, whose mother was famous.
Yes.
I hear she was not so pleasant to be around, and that was
Well, she was nuts.
right. Yeah.
I mean, truly, she took that to
Are we
her
allowed to say
career.
or no?
Well, I don't even remember
Karen Black.
Karen Black,
She was a
who was
cult.
in Great Gatsby, and she played a really crazy woman in The Great Gatsby with Robert Redford. And I mean, she might have been nominated for an Oscar. No, she had quite a body. Oh, Day of the Locust, she was in. Anyway, she would come in her Baba shoes to work, and it was like, did she just forget she has her bedroom shoes on?
My God.
No, whatever.
And I heard that with wardrobe, she's like, well, Hunter looks this way, and you have to have him. It was like this whole weird control thing,
Oh,
which is not good,
yeah.
especially in the pilot, during the pilot. Talk about
Yeah,
writing a death certificate.
yeah, but we're glad it happened because you got there.
Thank
You and
God.
Chris.
You know, I auditioned for it the first time, and I didn't get it. I got like one callback, and then I had switched agents, and somehow they snuck me back in, and I auditioned the first time.
Did they remember you?
I don't know. Mark Hirschfeld was great. So I just want to shout out Mark Hirschfeld, who's a genius casting director. I mean, the guy is brilliant.
And Tammy Billick.
Tammy cast Starving for me. Tammy Billick was my casting director. She was genius. But Mark, he discovered Ed doing theater in Connecticut, playing Lenny, and he had the brilliant idea that's Al. I mean, you have to be a really good casting director to put that together.
He was a really good guy too.
He was
a gentleman.
Except when you auditioned, he did that weird thing that no casting director. If he really wanted you for the role, and I would go to callback after callback, and all the writers and producers are behind him, and he's in front of them reading with you. And when my line, say you had to say, hey, Marcy, go out that door, he would go. He's like mouthing it while you're trying to. That was his one weakness, because he wanted you to get it so bad that he was like mouthing the words with you.
That is so funny.
So distracting.
I don't recall that happening. I do recall there was Steve Kolzak. Gosh, I can't believe I could bring a name out from.
I don't remember.
And he passed away young. And but he was the company casting, like he was with Columbia or something.
I don't remember.
And the day I was going in for my last, final audition in the room with everybody, they call it a screen test, but you're not on screen. And he pulled me aside and he started giving me things to change. And I was so thrown. I was like, because I, like you probably had 5 callbacks. So I was doing something right. I was delivering the beats the way they wanted, whatever.
God,
and so I just thought, oh my God, is this something I should listen to? And I didn't.
Yeah, good.
I'm glad
Thank
I
God.
didn't. It was really confusing. Yeah.
Maybe that's what he was trying to do.
Confuse me.
just throw you up, so get more authentic.
No,
you know.
I actually think it was for real and in earnest and everything. And, these are just things that happen to you. And that's when actors have to trust themselves sometimes. And
Ding, ding.
yeah.
That's what makes you great.
Well, it got me a job, which I'm pretty grateful for to this day. Yeah.
And everybody to a person, I think I've heard Ed, Katie, everybody say, they've all worked a lot and they all say the same thing. There's never been a job before it or since it that was quite like that set. The ease and the fun, that we had.
And that was Ron and Michael, and they set the tone.
They did.
And here's the thing. They were such generous guys with their time and their caring. And you wouldn't think that because they write some kind of negative stuff. It's a mean-spirited show. But they weren't at all. And like I said, that doesn't happen all the time.
Ron Levitt is, to this day, maybe the funniest person I've ever met. Like his little under the breath. Remember, he would do those monologues after the note sessions. He would just make up those stories that he would tell about like Barry Diller. He was hilarious. He was a legend. He is the real. I mean, a lot of people don't know this. He's kind of the real Al Bundy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote it really based on him. All of those Al-isms are mostly Ron-isms.
Yeah, he was more of that base humor. Like people would say the bathroom humor, bawoosh, all that kind of stuff. And Michael had a very interesting career. He was just this young guy out in nowhere, North Carolina, who sent a script in to Norman Lear's company, Embassy. And Norman plucked him, put him on, I think, Good Times first. Michael's African American. Put him on Good Times, and then the Jeffersons, and then had this very prolific career. And again, such a gentle soul.
Oh my God.
Really nice guy. Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, that's awesome. Caesar, Cheech,
thank you, man. Thanks for all your support, bro. Really appreciate you.
Thanks for coming. Ryan, unmuted now. Ryan, can you say something?
Oh, good. We got Ryan back. I'm dying to know what the question was.
You might be having audio problems. Can you say something, Ryan? No, we still can't hear you.
You're unmuted, but we can't.
All right, let's bring somebody else.
Take the headset off and just unplug it and then plug it. There you talk.
All right. For the meantime, we're gonna bring in Jackie.
Number one, we call her. She was our first member, everybody.
Yes.
First member.
This is so
Hi,
exciting.
Jackie.
Hi, Amanda. I can't believe I'm talking to you right now. This is really cool for me. Your reactions on the show were always my favorite. It's still to this day because I still watch it. When you're staring off into space and just stressing out about something. I just love your acting. You're so hilarious. Would you produce or make a movie? A Married with Children movie?
Oh my gosh. Have you been asked that question, David?
Well, yeah,
I don't know that I've ever been asked that question.
I can speak on that.
That would be awesome if you
bring it back.
You would make a movie.
Wow.
I'll give you the quick backstory of why that's not going to happen. Before Michael and I worked together. Michael Moy flew out to Los Angeles for us to write this Married with Children reboot, where it's based around.
I had heard that, and people asked me about it. I didn't know that Michael was that.
Michael
involved.
was there, and and we got to the very end. Sony was behind it. They couldn't be more excited. They're like, "Oh my God, Michael's coming out."
It was perfect.
Everybody agreed to come on as recurring roles, and Ed, K, and last moment, Matt Levitt. I'll just say he poo-pooed it, and he owns enough of a piece of the show that he, for whatever reason, didn't want.
What I heard was, and I heard that too.
Yeah.
I heard that too. I didn't realize it had gotten so far down the track, but it made such sense to me that you were about Ed's age at that time when
You were
Ed
this
started
close.
the show?
I signed my deal. I literally already have my deal signed.
Damn, that sucks.
It was
That's
at
Can't
the
you all gang up on him
painful.
and try to make him do it?
it's a whole story. I don't know what his hang up is.
Well, what I heard about Matt's decision, and again, I'm so out of it. I left a long time ago. And what I had heard, though, was he wanted to kind of protect, I think, his dad's
legacy,
co-creation, right? And thought it to leave it well enough alone. That's what I heard. Did you get any of that?
That, and he had this like real beef with Sony and how something they did to his dad, and I would listen to him talk. I don't know. It was very out there. And then, I didn't know that bringing Michael in was an issue for him. Like,
Oh,
I
because
guess
they split.
they had a little split, and he
Yeah.
didn't like that
What a
whole
bummer.
thing. And it was very sad because first of all, the fans, and you'll talk this is across the board. We did that last episode because Fox didn't know if they were gonna renew us for a 12th season or not. And it was a sort of a last minute business decision not to do it. And they billed that episode as a last episode, which I thought was really not cool for the fans who committed for 11 seasons. I mean, they deserved a last episode. And I think, so it would have been a nice thing for the fans to have something to come back, and everybody wanted it. But like at the last minute, our hands are tied at this point. So
Yeah.
Hello.
Bummer.
sorry to take your
Well-
Jack. Go ahead.
No, that
Nope.
would have been awesome, but that was it.
No.
And so nice to
Jackie!
talk to you.
Oh, honey, nice to meet you.
You're so awesome. Marcy Darcy rules. I love her reactions when she stares out and she's stressed out about something, and then she sits down and she just like everything. It's so fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I love
Thanks for
that you
being
were
our
like
first
the only.
member. That's amazing.
Yeah, Amanda,
Um,
you were like the only normal one on a show of crazy. Like that.
Well,
that's
that
more
didn't
relatable.
last long.
I know.
And we started talking about this earlier in this show, that how things, have evolved. And I really think that Steve and Marcy thought they were elevated compared to the Bundy way of life,
yeah.
and that they would help them improve. And really what happened is they just spiraled down.
They got sucked down into the craziness. But I think
Into the
both
gutter.
Bud and Marcy, in a way, are two of the most sane characters on that show. I mean,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
there's a
no.
moment, there's a great line. People ask me, like, what are your favorite? There's a great line where I'm sitting where you're sitting on the couch. Al's over here, Kelly's over here, and they're having this just mindless conversation about something. And I look at them, I say, must I be the meat in an imbecile sandwich? And that kind of summed it up a little bit, Oh, Ryan's back.
Yep,
Look at
and
him.
his mic works. I can hear him.
Who?
Ryan, welcome back.
We got
Welcome
you.
back.
You can hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're back.
I told
Oh,
you it was
that's
the
crazy.
headset.
You're going to be our
Very
final guest.
How
that
can
gets
you
the
doubt Bud Bundy? I mean, come on. What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Hi.
Yeah, so
Let's hear your
crazy.
question.
Darren's my boy. I love Darren.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
So this is not the suspense is a little bit exaggerated there, but no, just my question is, what was the lifestyle like off the air? Like how was like was there a camaraderie between you guys? Like you guys all got along? Was there a conflict? What was it like when you guys were not filmed,
Now we're opening a
you
can
guys-
of
were you
worms.
guys-
Then-
okay,
Nobody
okay.
cares.
How about this? Let's down
Ryan,
keep it
boy,
short and
did you-
sweet. Like,
Did
was
you
it
get
good?
your
Was
mic
it all-
fixed? Here's my safe answer to that. 10 years is a long time to hang out with anybody. I mean, think about it. You're going to have good days and bad days, and especially early on when we were just not even knowing what this was going to be in terms of finding a fan base, and then as active a fan base, and that's what keeps you on the air. So David, you could chime in on this. I think there are just many, many good days, and that's what
Mostly
matters
good.
most.
I mean,
Do you guys
obviously,
hang out though? Do you guys like go out to dinner and stuff? Like, what'd you guys do? Like you guys,
Well, I
was it just
had
cool?
a
All right, it's over. Bye. Nice hanging out with you. Bye.
I had a baby early on, like I want to say, well, it was 93, so we were in the middle, I guess, of
Wow.
it. And that just between that and nurturing another career behind the camera, because we would get 3 shows in a row, right, David? We would shoot 3 weeks in a row.
3 and have a week off. That's right. Yep.
And
Yep.
so on those weeks off, I was on other shows
Mm.
directing because
I was at
everybody
the
knew.
club.
Grandmaster.
Thinking
I
about
would
directing.
Fake ID,
trying to
Pondering
get
it.
you. Come on. No, but so actually, David was probably the most social, and
Yeah, I mean, I'm very close with them all to this day, extremely close. Katie and I and Kurt, we all hang out all the time. Very close with them, and Christina and Ed. Quite honestly, I mean, I'm on the phone. You get on the phone with Ed, you can't get off. I mean, he's in no hurry. And I make the joke, when he'll call sometimes, and I'm I got 2 young kids, my wife, and he'll call, she'll be like, "Don't answer that," because she knows I'm going to be on the phone for a good 2 hours.
Well, even Chrissy said something recently, Kiki did, about that and he's been such a good support for her, but that finally they'll be on the phone for an hour and a half or something, and then he's like, "Well, I gotta go," and she's like, "You called me."
Ding ding, he does it. He goes, "Okay, let me go." What are you talking about? You just kept me on for 2 hours.
Yeah, I
was
remember
just talking to him before
he
this.
was a good storyteller. I do remember that.
Oh, his stories.
But we got to get him on the show then. It'll be like a 3-hour long show. It'll be great.
Oh yeah. Oh, he'll talk. We'll get him on. Yeah. We'll get him on. Absolutely.
You have room for one more question?
Yeah.
We'll take one last question, and then we'll let Amanda go, and then we'll just chop it up for a little bit.
Okay.
Thanks, Ryan.
Ryan, thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, thanks, brother.
Great question.
We got Lasbird.
All right, Lasbird. Let's get
Lasbird's last question for Amanda.
Final question for Amanda tonight. Make it a good one.
Final question.
No pressure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got. Oh, there's your cam. Let's
Okay.
put you on the couch. There you go.
All right.
What's up, Lasbird?
Amanda. So, just one question for you.
Okay.
Really, just when you changed your husband to Ted McGinley, and it was Marcy Darcy, and in the episode you go like, "Now I'm a nursery rhyme, my name." When you were doing the initial reading of having a new husband, what was your reaction? And did you have any say of being like, "Am I really going to be called Marcy Darcy now?"
I had no say. Again, they were the writers and creators. They didn't need any say coming from this. But how brilliant to come up with that last name. Again, anything to humiliate. I'm up. I'm good. And that was a funny episode. And I remember that like yesterday with Ted coming in. And also I said, "Did you have to hire somebody so pretty?" Really?
Oh, I love Ted. How great of a guy is Ted?
Yeah, and to come into a show, well, and he was a show jinx.
Happy
Every
Days,
show
Love
Ted
Boat.
would get. It started with Happy Days.
Yeah, and then Love Boat.
He sank it. Dynasty. All these long running shows,
Oh,
and Ted
no.
would come on. So we saw him coming, and we're like, "Oh no!" But he had done that It's a Wonderful Life episode, and he's such a good guy.
Oh, greatest.
So
He's got a great career now. Look at him. He's on Shrinking. I mean, he's
doing
killing
good.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He always come. He's never, he's been coming around for forever, and he's had a great career, and you can't get rid of him. Can't get rid
Would
of
you
him.
like to?
No, absolutely not.
But it was great, and he was an easy fit. I mean, by that time, look at how many shows he had sung. No, kid. But look, he's been on a lot. He'd already had a very busy career.
Now, just a quick side story about that. I'll just tell you a little side story. I may have told this last week, but Ted. So I did one episode of Love Boat when I was 9 years old.
Oh my!
And it was it was Ted's first episode. They introduced him as Ace, the photographer, and we worked together. And when he came on the show, I had this. Remember, I was like, wait a minute. And so it was just funny that that was the only episode of Love Boat I did, which was his first episode that he started as Ace the photographer.
Well, it's interesting. I didn't get to do a scene with him, but that same kind of Aaron Spelling kind of show, there was
Yeah.
one called Hotel.
Mm.
And so there's an A storyline, a B storyline, a C storyline. So I came in doing this little runner storyline, and he was the A storyline because
Oh
he
my
was a
God.
name by then, you
So you had
know.
worked together already before
Not
marriage?
really. He was in the big storyline. I was
Got
in
it. Yeah,
I
but
was in the little storyline. It's
got
all
it.
good. It's all
Uh-huh.
good. Wish him the best. So
Did you have another question, Lasbert?
No, just a statement, full circle about the episode that you get married, and we're talking about Nightmare on Owl Street. I realize that's the first time you mention, or at least Al mentions his Lake Chickamaucomico retirement home or retirement site.
Right.
yeah.
Which,
He bought a piece of land, right?
That the army has padlocked.
and in that episode, you like lose your hair, you have a tail, but I was always curious, how would he ever get that money before that? He said in the episode he had the money and then he puts a down payment, I guess, from stealing your money, Amanda, from the wedding in the backyard.
Wow. You have
Okay.
a good memory.
I do remember the barbecue in the backyard where we eat
Ashes.
food that's cooked over the ashes of my dead aunt or
And
something.
Ashes of the past for burgers of the future. I still say that when I barbecue.
Wow.
Amazing. Amazing.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Listen, thanks for having me. And it's so nice because fans are genuine.
The great.
I've just always appreciated the fact that we can't do what we do without you.
Oh,
So, David,
God.
thanks for inviting me into your
Oh,
new
yeah.
little club.
This was
I'm
great.
so glad to see you. I can't wait to spend a little more time with you in Buffalo.
See you in Buffalo.
Uh-huh. All right. So
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna,
Amanda. You're the fuck.
I'm
you're
gonna
the best.
sign off.
All right.
Amanda, thank
so
you
much.
so much. It was such a pleasure. I think for me, the biggest thrill was seeing that you're still her. And every time you smile and you laugh, I still see that character in you that made you famous in the first place. And we
Well,
need more of
thanks
you.
Thanks for saying that. Well, no, those days are long gone, but I do often, because I am the age I am, people will recognize me by my voice.
Yes, I have that happen too.
And they'll be like, I thought it was you, but then when you opened your mouth, whatever. But
Yeah,
I see it.
yeah,
It was
you
the
know
old
me, I'll
vocal
always
recognition.
open my mouth. So there you go. You can spit now.
Oh,
The original
perfect answer.
Karen.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thanks,
Bye,
Amanda.
baby.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
See you
coming on.
later.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm quitting now. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. We can't get rid of her now.
We're going to do a post show now because why not?
Bring us together a little closer. I
Yeah,
want
yeah, that's
too
we're,
far,
yeah,
too
I'm
far
not
away
phobic.
from there. There you
Yeah.
go.
There we are. I'm there.
There we go.
Whoa, hey now.
Yeah, now we're super close.
Yeah, a little too close. We look Siamese.
That was fun, man. That was so cool, like catching up with her.
That was
'Cause I
amazing.
haven't.
The fan in me just loved every minute of it, and it was so great, David, to watch the two of you like get right back to where you guys were all those
So
years
cool.
ago. The
Yeah, that
memories.
was great.
It was fun for me to watch.
Yeah, and we had it right here on bundyclub.com. I'm like,
Yeah, man,
seeing it like unfold, like this creation of ours.
making dreams come true.
yeah,
I have a few
man.
things to tell our fans, I guess.
Yeah,
or
please
your
do.
fans.
Go for it.
First of all, you'll see this mug right here. See that? Bundy Club. Pretty soon we'll have some.
Thanks. I don't
merch.
have one.
You're getting one. I'm bringing. I'm going to bring it over. I'm going to crash your pad.
Okay.
With a hat. We're going to have Bundy Club hats pretty soon as well. So there's merch, and I'd like to make an announcement here for the first time. We're going to have an in-person get-together this summer for Bundy Club, and we're going to offer tickets through the site where you can get together with us somewhere in LA at a secret location, and we'll make those available for you guys. It's going to be a very exclusive private event, and we'll make more of announcements later on. So if you guys want to hang out here in LA, we'll price the tickets affordable enough that even you guys could come. What do you
Even
think
you
about
poor
that?
bastards can make it. I'm just kidding.
Yes, even our elite slouchers could come and slackers and all that good stuff. I would love to hear some thoughts about what we're doing And if anybody could raise their hand who wants to participate, I want testimonials. I want something that I could put in a little recap video later on about the fan experience for you guys. So if any of you guys have anything to say about the site or about the interaction, being able to be a part of the show. Remember, this is the first time anybody's done something like this. So we're kind of like brand new with a format. Like I call it Modcast, but you can call it what you will. So if you have any feedback for us and you want to raise your hand, or if you left your hand up from before, I'm calling you, dude.
Before you do that, my OCD is kicking in. Can you raise me up slightly, Brian, just so I'm
Absolutely.
I think you're good. I think I got a. Oh, now you're really
down slightly.
I see Ozzy has his hand up. So,
yeah,
and I think we got a couple panelists with the hands up. So again, I'd love to hear from you guys. We got Albert, I think, had his hands up, and
let's bring Albert in.
Let's bring Albert in. Albert, we'd love to hear your thoughts about the Bundy Club. So come on in, grab a seat. The couch is comfy. We kept it nice and warm for you. Oh, there he is. I remember you. Please have a seat. The only guy who called us Mr. the last time. You were Mr.
there he is.
Faustino.
Yes.
Yes, Albert, you
is
gotta take yourself off mute.
Wait,
You're
1
muted.
second. You're muted.
Mute.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, thank you again for having me back. This is amazing. Second week back, and I'm truly appreciative of it. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Yeah, brother. Thank you.
I can tell you the Bundy Club is amazing. It's absolutely. I've tried to see different things, but this is truly what you guys do, and taking the time to do it, and even saying, us as fans, we can't say thank you enough. So what you guys do, and how you're bringing up that secret whole thing, meeting. Oh, that's amazing.
Are you in LA?
I am. Oh well, I was actually born and raised in Los Angeles, up the 101 from Hollywood. So kind of like almost the downtown area. But now I live in Riverside County. So you know.
So you'll drive in for a little party.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. That's easy. That's an easy drive.
One of the things I want to do, by the way, going forward, is I'm just so curious where everybody on the map is. So when they come in, I like to find out where people are. You know, I just don't know where they are on the map. That'd be cool to find out.
Albert, have you had a chance to explore inside of the site and probe around a little?
So right now I'm a freeloader, but I do go in. I do go in and see how you guys put the episodes. You're actually putting on the episodes like for the homework, and there's little things that it's really enjoyable. And I see that. You know, it's funny. I don't know if you know this also, but on Tubi I'm able to, because I don't have the other streaming services like the Hulu and the Disney and all that. Tubi actually has a bunch of seasons of Married with Children.
Nice.
So right now it's I believe it's season, I want to say season 4 through, something like that. But
somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle. So it's always cool. I go in and I watch episodes in and out, and it's actually really cool that you guys are doing this, because it gives us a chance to, again, somebody like Amanda Bursch on any other platform, we wouldn't get to talk to her and learn the things that we have.
That was cool.
It's really cool. And then to see actually one of your videos, your music videos, you actually filmed that near in downtown, right? Like near the Second Street Bridge.
Yeah, we did.
Right. So all that is, for us Angelinos, is amazing to see, because it's like, I know that he's
everybody in LA knows that spot.
But I wanted to ask you one quick question, because it dawned on me, since I know you're from LA. In '87, when you started the first season, that was Whittier Narrows earthquake, right? So it was my first one. So for you being and acting already and going in and doing the first season, did that change anything for any of you?
What was it? The which quake?
Earthquake?
The Whittier Narrows in '87. That was the first season Married with Children came out.
I don't remember that quake, but I do remember the Northridge quake, because that almost. I was in Northridge. It was I can't. I'll even explain how life changing that was, but I don't
So
remember the
you
quake you're talking about.
Wow. So when I think of these shows and how, that first year you guys did that season, and then we had something of that magnitude,
Mm.
how it kind of changes things a little bit,
I'll-
right?
I
You
will
guys,
tell. I will tell you. Actually, funny you bring that up because there is a little bit of a side story with that, which is, we were talking about David Garrison, who played, the original Steve Rhodes. He's a New York actor. He's always been on the East Coast. They had to fly him out to relocate him, and he hated LA. There's some of those New Yorkers who cannot acclimate to this city. They don't understand it. They don't know where anything is. They don't like to drive. These guys don't drive, man. They take trains and cabs. And he came out here and he could never acclimate to LA. And he was terrified of earthquakes. He talked about them all the time. He had this just giant phobia, and he couldn't wait to get the fuck back to New York. And he's almost never been back since, except for like the couple little guest spots he did. He's out and then he's back to New York. He's just not an LA guy. So funny enough, earthquakes did sort of play a little bit of a part of his consciousness of like, I want to get out of LA.
Wow,
right,
the
because
fear of it.
it's something that we're used to. Well, I won't say
Yeah.
used to, but it's
It's just a
something that,
tremor.
That
right.
Northridge quake, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That thing was terrifying.
What were you doing at the time? Were you asleep?
Before that, I was living in Burbank, right? And my mom wanted to buy this house in Northridge. My dad never wanted to move there. He wanted to stay in the house in Burbank. He was pissed off they had to move. We moved out to Northridge. We were there maybe a year. And I'd come home from the club, of course, and I got into the bed. It was, I think I got home at 2 or 3. I got in the bed, and then all hell broke loose, man. And we were on the epicenter. We thought that the San Andreas fault, the big one that they talk about, we thought we lived through the big one because it was so brutal in Northridge. We thought LA was flattened. We were like, we survived the big one because we couldn't imagine that a quake like that didn't knock downtown down. We didn't know we were sitting on the fault line in Northridge. And we had all the power was knocked out. We couldn't get any kind of communications, but we finally got into the car and we could like start to hear some radio reports, and it started coming in, the Northridge quake. And as soon as my dad heard that, even though we had just been through this brutal earthquake and we were all traumatized, he's like, the fucking Northridge quake, fucking North. Like it was first thing he did is blame my mother for moving to Northridge. Luckily
Did
we
that
had
affect
earthquake insurance. Thank God.
did that affect anything of the production with Married with Children? Were you guys sidelined for that?
We were supposed to work. I believe we were shooting that week. It was January, and we were always working. It was January 17th, 1994. But everything was shut down, and it was no one. We shut down production for a couple weeks because the road. Everybody was traumatized.
Yeah. So, hey, this has been an amazing time, and thank you for having me on. I don't know if you guys have other guests, but thank you so much. And it's just something that dawned on me because being from LA, you know how it is. It's crazy. If it's not fires, it's rain. If it's not rain, it's earthquakes. There was
Yeah, but
always some kind
every place has something, man. We're actually, I mean, look at the southeast and the hurricanes and tornadoes. I mean, everything has its downfall. Ours are mostly earthquakes and fires more recently.
right.
Yeah.
And since it's Hollywood, right? You say, well, how do because obviously there's times where you're working and you're not working. So I have always wondered how it affects Hollywood in the way where as actors you say, well, this is downtime now, and where do we go from here, right?
Mhm.
So I was just curious about that. So thank you again for having me on. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
keep coming back. We'll
Thank
take
you,
a
brother.
free
We
look.
appreciate it.
Every week, and I can tell you again, I'm so appreciative that you guys are doing this. This is amazing. I've been telling everybody. As a matter of fact, I got on a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling everybody, "You're not gonna believe I met David Faustino."
That's
I
awesome,
was
bro.
like,
You're a
thank you.
regular on the
I thought,
show, dude.
yeah, man. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank
I
you.
see you on Instagram, man, and we'll see you back here in a couple weeks.
Thank you. I'll
Awesome.
be here in a couple of weeks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to have you. And by the way, we got Ika Mouse in the crowd. My reggae friend, our reggae legend.
Is the actual Ika Mouse here?
The actual Ika Mouse is in the.
Come on.
Can we get Ika Mouse on? Please,
Yeah,
let's
let's.
go.
I'm a fucking
You tell him
fan,
to raise
bro.
his hand. Where are you at, Eco Mouse? Can you raise
Ika
your hand?
Mouse, raise your hand,
I'm a
man.
fan of Ika Mouse.
Dude, we just recorded 3 tracks together. Are you able to drag his ass in here?
Is he a panelist or an attendee right now?
He's an attendee.
So if anybody
raise his
doesn't know
hand.
the
He's
legend,
calling me right now.
if anybody doesn't know the legendary Ika Mouse,
Yo, let's get you on the show, dude.
he's a legendary reggae artist,
We're trying to put you on the show.
and I don't know him, but I'm about
Can
to
I
meet
see
him.
him?
Apparently, I've been to his shows.
You got to raise your hand on the Zoom, and we'll.
Oh, he declined my promotion. Hold on, let me do it again.
Yeah, raise your hand on there, and we'll call you.
I can't believe you know Ika Mouse, bro.
All right, let's get you on the show. All right, he wants in. He wants in. You got to
He
see.
keeps declining the promotion to panelist. Hold on, let me try one more time.
He's wearing a crown.
Of course he is.
Of course.
He declined.
Let's see what happened.
and
But yeah, Ika Mouse and I just did 3 songs together. I've been making music, and they bump. They're so good.
I bet. While we
we
wait,
hear him, but we can't see his video.
Am I in?
unless he-
You can't hear me?
We can hear you. We can't see you though.
How you can't see me?
Let's get the camera. Turn your camera on.
It says you're
Camera
declining.
on. Get the camera on.
Promote the panelist.
We
I
got.
don't see no camera right here.
Maybe he doesn't have a camera.
Well, listen.
No, I ain't got a camera.
He's got one.
In the vein of keeping this thought, I just want to say, man, I'm a huge fan. Are you?
Yeah, I saw you backstage once, man. You remember?
You remember, right? I came to a show like.
Yeah, you want Tiny.
What's that?
You know that guy named Tiny?
I'm Tiny.
The black guy from Friday.
Oh, yeah. I can't.
Oh, the little guy, the little person from the.
Yes.
No, they call him Tiny. They do that big guy, really high.
I remember, man. You're a giant, and dude, I remember being in the front row of one of your shows. I think it was like in Santa Monica on the West Side, and I just, I started listening to you when I was, I don't know, and here you are. I didn't know you knew Darren, and I'm a fan, and I hope to see you soon, man. And I wish I could see you here because I hear you're wearing a crown, and that would be.
I know. I wish we had the visual though.
Yeah, because I got a crown. I got a crown on today because it's King Gustav is the king of Sweden.
By the way, Ika
And
Mouse
today he's
lives in
80 years
Sweden.
old.
Ika Mouse lives in Sweden, by the
Oh,
way.
really? You live in Sweden?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tap. Yeah, man. What's up?
Yeah, brother. Yo,
I
hope
gotta
to
run
see
some Jamaica, man. Huh?
I hope to see you around, man. Someday here in LA, or
Hey Mouse, who's the baddest
Yeah.
who's the baddest songwriter and rhythm maker that you know?
Yeah, you right now. You're the baddest. Catch rat.
Well
On that end.
Ding ding.
Well played. Well, you got to come back next time and have your camera on, man. Giant fan, and good to see you, and good to hear you, man.
Okay. Bang, bang, bang. Bang,
If
bang,
anybody
bang,
doesn't
bang,
know who
bang.
Ika,
Okay, boss.
if anybody doesn't know who Ika Mouse is, they need to, after this show,
Google
download
him.
like which album, what's like the classic album.
Oh, Black Cowboy. He had Wadu Dem. I don't know if that's an album name, but that was what probably his biggest song was.
Yeah, download some of his music. It's genius.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll stay on for another 15 minutes, and then I got to get my kids to bed.
Yeah, hey, we're giving bonus time.
children.
That was fun having Ika Mouse. What's up, William?
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Hey, David.
Hey, how are you enjoying the site?
Great. So I invited my wife to watch tonight's episode, and then she asked, "Are you a member of this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a member." She's like, "What are you?" And I'm like, "Elite." And she goes, "Does that cost money?" I'm like, I gotta watch this episode. she saw one of the reels you posted that I was on it, and she did her little sleuth thing and found out what was going on. So you
they
busted
always
me.
find out. They always know.
Yeah, I always know, man.
No hiding.
But no, it's great. I mean, I'm one of these people that I'm 51, so I've been watching since day one. And after Married with Children ended, I mean, it wasn't dry. I didn't feel like Sony or Fox, whoever, like gave it any love over the last 20 years, you know? So this is great that you're bringing it back in this format between the reunions and this. I'd like to see the snowball effect of people getting excited about it, and the site is great. Like I get to see people sharing like different memorabilia they have, which is great, you know, telling stories, and it's just a great forum to bring people together. So it's
So
awesome.
we're gonna Ed will be here soon, guarantee you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I haven't even asked him yet because you know, I want to build this thing up and build the excitement, but he'll be a great guest.
Yeah, we need to get the kinks out. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are nailing it. It's great to actually see this all come together. So just keep up the good work.
Thank you, brother. We're glad you're a part of it, and tell your wife, some things you just got to do it, man, and tell her we appreciate her.
Some things are worth it. You know what I mean? This was worth it. You're like a regular on the couch of your favorite show.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
It's good having you. Did we have Charlie that
one more comment? Yeah, and then we'll how many guys do we have raising hands right now? 2?
Got Ozzy coming in. Ozzy's coming in hot.
Right,
hey gang, thanks again for having me on here. I appreciate it. I asked the question in the actual Q&A as well. David, you're amazing in person at Comic Cons. I can't thank you enough. I met you at Hamilton, Ontario. You had all the time in the world for myself and my 2 young daughters. So I just wanted to ask, how have you found that the Comic Cons have kept in this case the fandom of Mary?
First of all, unmute and come a little closer to your camera because you're just behind. We're not seeing you. There you go. A little closer.
I think he might be in the dark. If there's a light you got there.
There you go. There you go. We started to see you.
Turn the light on, dude.
And unmute again.
And unmute. Yeah, we got to see you, dude.
There you are. I mean.
And you're muted, by the way, so we got to get you.
Can we unmute him?
Yeah. He asked him to unmute.
Oh, you got to unmute it, Ozzy.
There we go, guys. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yep. We got you. We got you.
Sorry, really quickly. David, again, you've been fantastic at Comic Cons. I met you in Hamilton, Ontario. Nothing but love and time for myself and my 2 girls.
That's awesome.
How have you felt that the Comic Cons have kind of kept the fandom of Married with Children alive and still kicking?
Dude, it's so weird because like when I first was offered to do a con, like they had already been going on. I knew nothing about them. And I had like different agents approaching me saying, you got to do these cons. And I don't know, I just, in my, coming up for me, it was like to charge fans for an autograph. It just was like a big no-no. It just felt weird. And I was like, I don't know. And then they were like, you're looking at this all wrong. Like these people are giant fans and they pay for this experience. And that's why, by the way, you talk about, I give, some of these guys and William Shatner, I won't sit and mention names, but they give no time. It's like, you're a number, boom, here's your autograph, get the fuck away from me. Because I know that people are spending like their hard-earned money and they're coming in, they're paying an entry fee. And then they're paying these like, high prices for photos and selfies and autographs. And I try my hardest to make it worth it. I try to give people my time and energy because I want to show like, how grateful I am. And I know I'm patting myself on the back a little bit, but it's just how I roll. And, I really have grown to enjoy the cons. I have a good time. I get to meet like people I'm an idol of. As a matter of fact, I was just at a con in Missouri like 2 weeks ago. And I'm there, and my daughter happens to be a giant fan of this show called Has Been Hotel. It's an animated series. It's more for adults. When I caught her watching it, I thought she was watching some cartoon, and I come in and they're, saying cock, and I was like, what is happening here? Anyway, I'm at this con, and 2 of the main characters are there. And, by the way, it's a brilliant show. I have to give them the credit. So anyway, I got to fan out because I got to have them sign autographs, take selfies, and sign Funko Pops. And I brought it home to my daughter, and she went batshit crazy. And it's like I get to now see what that is on the other end of it, and it was like a really cool gift to be able to give to her. and it was like she said it's like one of the best things she's ever received, and it was cool, man. So I really enjoy the cons, and I'm so grateful that we get to do them. And I have another one coming up here, like I said, in June with Amanda and Katie, so it'll be cool.
Awesome. I see his mic is muted and he's giving a thumbs up, so I think he's good. Ozzy, that's awesome having you. We
Let's
could
take
probably
these two last questions. Let's call it two last, right? Adam and Charlie, and then we have to wrap.
Sounds
Fair?
good to me.
David,
Let's
when you're
get
in
you-
Buffalo, make sure you check out Anchor Bar. It's the home of the original Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
nice.
If you've never been there before, check it out.
Very
Okay,
trivial.
All right, so two more questions. We'll get Adam and then Charlie, and then we'll wrap this thing up. What's up, Adam?
Hey, no, I was just gonna say you
Oh, he's
guys want some testimonials about this, and it's
please,
really
yeah.
this has been fun, really fun. Growing up, I was the only one my age that was allowed to watch Married with Children. I was a little younger for that while everyone was, doing their TGIF. I was like, no, I need shows that there's something about it that it really was the studio audience
It
and
had
just
balls.
the reaction. What?
It had a big set of balls.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
Of course.
it did.
So, it was just having a watch. It was fun for me. So watching this, so it would always be on the background growing up but actually being assigned homework, to watch episodes, it really it gives you a different approach in a way to kind of study it and really watch it line for line as opposed to it being nowadays background because you kind of remember all the shows. So this has been really, really fun, and the interactivity has been just a blast. No one else really does this. I mean, there are shows that are doing the rewatch podcast, but that's more on your time whenever you want to do it. Like this, there's no other appointment type of thing. And I'm in Stamford, Connecticut, so I just stay up for this, and I have to put in 3 reminders to make sure I don't go out. And then I've had to cancel plans twice because I'm like, oh no, I got.
You're so popular, Adam. Jesus.
I'm really not. It's because Thursdays is the only night people will see me. So, but I did live in LA for a year, and I understand the whole Dave Garrison thing. I was not.
It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Ironically, I was there to work for Sony, of all places, and I don't know if it was produced through Sony. I don't know the whole thing, but I know it didn't go through. You guys had that animated series pitch about moving to Florida, and they had sent me a 3-minute clip of it, and I don't know if it ever got published or anything. But
we're working to get that out. I didn't fall in love with that reel. I thought personally, they could take a different angle. I didn't like the relocating to Florida. I think that they should have just had it here, and the people love the Bundy living room. Why take them out of it? Keep them here. That was my thinking. So it's not dead in the water yet. And the reason they did the animated version was to sort of, figure out a way to go around the roadblocks that are happening with it.
Right. It has to be in the 90s still, right?
Yeah. So they're trying to work that out, but we'll see with the resurgence of the reunions that we're doing. And by the way, if anybody's here and they can make it on May 9th to LA, if you're in LA, we have the big second reunion at the Orpheum Theater downtown at 2 p.m. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, and we had a great time the first time, and I think this is going to be even better. So,
and you can buy your tickets on bundyclub.com. They're right there. So
Right.
anybody that wants to come in for that, come on in, or if you're already in, you got to go because the last one was insanely good.
Darren was in the building. That was great.
It was.
You guys should look into. You guys should. I'm so shocked they haven't reached out to you guys. They have a thing out here called 90s Con, which is every TV show from the 90s, but they target more towards the step-by-step Boy Meets World audience of people, but
more sort of innocent, wholesome.
But they also have the 90210 cast and all that. So I feel like
They're scared of the Bundys.
Yeah, why not? I mean, they need people to come, so might as well get I bet you'd be the stars of it after for
That
the
in
stars
Connecticut?
Yeah, I've never been. I've always said I was gonna wait till they got you guys to do it.
Then you'd
to
come,
show up.
right? That's awesome.
Yeah. If you're gonna wait in
Well,
line, ask me for who you want to meet. So
I hope to get to meet you at a con soon, man, and we appreciate
Absolutely.
you being a part of this.
Absolutely happy to be doing this.
Right on, man.
And when we throw our party here in LA, I mean, you'd be the perfect kind of member to come back in town for that one because it's.
I have family out there. I owe them a visit. I can always try to time it out.
I would love to meet you.
Love
man.
it. Love
All
it.
right. Well, thanks again for being a part of it. I'm glad to hear all the great feedback from you guys. This is great.
It's really fun.
Keep coming.
Thanks, Adam. All right, last guy, Charlie.
Charlie, let's get you another cameo on the couch over here. Come have a seat.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You asked for feedback on the site.
Absolutely. Let's hear it.
What? Let's get
Dude, it's amazing. The content's great. Being able to interact with David and some of the other members is fantastic. William, who was in this chat, we both are East Coast. We live 8 hours apart from each other. We met at the reunion and hung out at the after party together. So we've actually connected through this.
Oh my God.
So this is fantastic.
So you were at the you came to the after party at the where was it? The
Viper Room.
Yeah.
We flew in from Tennessee.
Oh my God. That's amazing, dude. Is that a Psycho Dad shirt you're wearing, or what is that?
That is a Psycho Dad shirt. This is Al Bundy store material.
Oh my God, it's genius. Psycho Dad, Psycho Dad, Psycho Dad.
You all mentioned how much fun the set was. I don't know if anybody who's a guest stars on the show has told you. I've met several guest stars at cons and various events, and they've talked about whenever I approached them, I never talked about their work. I asked them about what was your experience on Married with Children. Jody Lauren Adams, nothing but praise. Elaine Hendricks, we talked about Elaine last weekend. I'm the one who met her at a baseball game.
She's my, I dated her for like 3 years.
Yes, yeah, you actually told me that at the Viper Room. You asked where I was from.
I still love Elaine. She's a great person.
The funniest one was Charlene Tilton from Dallas.
Yeah, that's right.
She was on the Bundy's living room set with the Abdominizer. And when I saw her at a con, I asked her, I said, I don't want to talk about Dallas. I want to talk about Married with Children. And she cackled, brought her manager over and said, guess what this guy asked me? And she reenacted the entire scene.
Oh my God.
On the con floor.
That is hilarious. I forgot. Yeah, she was like an infomercial thing.
Yes.
Right? Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yep. She was doing the Abdominizer. Yeah.
How come Charlie is not in the
his version of Zoom, or he might be on his phone? Charlie?
I'm on a desktop.
Huh. I wonder if you have like an older version of Zoom that doesn't do the immersive.
I did the updates earlier, so who knows?
Whatever. We love you anyway, man. So thank you for being a member. It's awesome. I think this thing's just gonna keep growing, and we're gonna have we're gonna sort of put regular cast members. We're gonna intersperse it with guest stars, and I think it's gonna be a really good ride.
Yeah, and there's a lot of content still to come inside of the site. A lot of fun facts about the show. And we're just going to keep growing it. This is the best time to be a member. Before everybody's a member, you get that, exclusive time with us where we'll call you, you sit on the couch. We're not that big yet. So this is a great experience for you to, Charlie, look at you, dude. You're on the couch.
Psycho Dad.
Beautiful.
Psycho Dad.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, thank you for the feedback, too. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Does Caesar want to say one last thing real quick?
Let's get him on here. Ask to unmute.
There he is. Let's get you on the couch.
Hold on. Let's get you on the couch real quick.
Yeah. It's only fair you get back on the couch.
There you go. What do you want to say?
Hey, I just wanted to say, man, thanks. This has been great. I've worked with a lot of the celebrities because that's what I do. I build cannabis brands for these celebrities in LA. And, this is honestly one of the better interactions, besides, running around with Cheech and Chong, because God, me and Tommy spent all day together.
Oh,
but, yeah. But
I know Cheech well. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, Cheech, I can tell stories all day too. Me and Joey, the whole crew. But this has been great. This has honestly been a lot of fun. Talking to Amanda was wonderful, man. And, to get to just do this experience, I've been telling all my friends to sign up. I'm like, everybody get in here, get some. This is the best way to be, man. And what's coming up next for Grandmaster B is what I want to know.
Well, I just DJ'd a party last night. I used the Grandmaster B as my, sort of DJ name just for shits and giggles. I was trying to come up with a name. People were like, you got to use Grandmaster B. So that's what I use. And in my intro, I've on YouTube, I found this, somebody pieced together all of the family messing up the name, a Ghostbuster, Crossdresser, Godfather, grandmother. And so I have that whole reel and I play it under a hip hop beat. And then it ends with me going, I told you it's Grandmaster B, and then then the music comes in. So I use that. But yeah, I DJed at the Hollywood Improv last night. Donnell Rawlings, Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany was in the spot, grooving to the beats. So yeah, that's this is kind of my little side hustle. I love music. I'm a music fanatic, and I love DJing. It's just a great hobby, and sometimes I do it for the love, sometimes for the money. Darren's had me DJ a few parties out in Vegas, and yeah, it's
I can tell you it wasn't for the money. It definitely wasn't for the money.
Well, as somebody who grew up DJing, and I'm been in the EDM scene,
nice.
Chicago, and everybody from Dirty Bird to whatever. So,
nice. Are you in Chicago right now?
No, I'm actually in LA. I'm right here, Beverly Hills. So,
good. You better come out to our night when we.
I'm going to. I'm just sorry I didn't make it to the Viper.
Yeah, I want to tell you a quick. We're talking about Cheech, guys. I have a little side note. We can end it on this. So, funny story about Cheech. He did. Did he do an episode? He did. Yeah. Oh, he did the dog's voice, right?
Yes.
He did the they would change Buck's voice. A lot of time it was the writer Kevin Curran who had this super deadpan. He wasn't an actor, didn't know how to act, but he was perfect as Buck. I loved him as that. But when they did, when they featured him, they had a Cheech Marin do his voice, and believe it or not, God rest her soul, Catherine O'Hara was the voice of the girlfriend. She was a genius. But anyway, so we were at this party, this big, Hollywood party, and from my best friend, Bo, he's a great guy. We were young. We were only like 16, 17, 15 maybe. Anyway, he goes into the toilet of this party, and he takes a massive shit, right, my friend, and just stunk it up bad, right? Ooh. So we're coming in, and Cheech walks in, and he looks at my friend who's this young, kid. He goes, "Oh, how can something so young smell so bad? How can something so yeah?" We laughed, man. But Cheech is a great dude. I worked with him on Nash Bridges as well when he was doing that show with Don Johnson.
Yeah.
I got to do an episode of that. But yeah. Anyway, we appreciate you being a member. Thanks for the testimonial, man.
Anytime.
Maybe you guys
great having you on the show.
Thanks,
coming
guys.
back.
Do you want to sort of give them a little wrap up about the membership or whatever before we?
Yeah. So again, so you guys understand, there's a free tier. The free tier kind of lets you peek in and see what's going on. There's a $5 tier, and with that one, you have a little more posting privileges, and you're a little bit more a part of the community, which I think is really cool to have a community. We have the $25 tier, which gives you all of that. Plus, you get to watch the episodes that we've recently had. And then, once in a while, we might just randomly pick some people to be an elite sloucher for the week to let you in on the Zoom. Right now, that's just kind of like a beginner's kind of thing, like a gift, but it's really meant for just the elite sloucher level. So I think as we get more members eventually, we'll probably be a little more strict and keep it for only that top tier of the elite sloucher. But we're going to grow this thing out, and I'm glad that we do randomly pick some of our freeloaders at times to be a part of it. We don't let everybody in, but sometimes we'll let in the people that were there at the beginning, and we'll be like, all right, they were part of the first one. Let's bring you back in. So it's really kind of a game time decision. I mean, so I encourage you, by all means, buy the membership, keep us going, because we love doing this and it's a lot of fun. Obviously, David doesn't need the
and
money.
We got to pay Brian back there, the genius. It's not for free. This guy works his ass off all day.
Put a lot of time into this.
Really
I just work for free all the time. I don't need to make money. I guess I do other things.
Darren's a true fan of Married with Children, which is so great to have Darren as the host, because you can see his love for the show, and it's very cool.
Well, ChatGPT gives me everything. So
Well,
yeah.
what do you need? I mean, we don't need anything anymore.
No, but it's been a lot of fun. I got to tell you, the site itself is next level. It would be one thing to just release a site and say, "Hey, we're going to go live every 2 weeks." That's too easy. We wanted to build something out that's next level using all the tools of today that make it next level. And because I'm in an industry of a bunch of marketers that innovate things with technology, I got to meet Brian in my industry, and Brian's been the homie. We've been friends for a while. We do business outside of this, and when it came time for David and I to do this, there was a decision: do we bring it on a platform like School, or do I bring in a genius like Brian and just create our own thing, which was way more fun as a creator?
Glad we did that route, man. We almost went the School route. I'm so glad we didn't.
It would have been so basic if we did School. It would have been like, okay, here's a module for you to read. But now you can see inside. There's action, there's activity. We even have music in there too. And
we encourage you guys, man, when you have some time to come in and post some things, thoughts, favorite episodes, memories, any memorabilia you have. We encourage it. We'd love to see it. And I'm very active on the site. I've grown to really enjoy going on it and checking out all the things. And there'll be more original things coming your way. I'm definitely going to get David Garrison, who played Steve, on now that I know that Amanda is, because I don't have a connection to Dave. I haven't talked to him in years. So now that I know they're in contact, he's my next, he's one of my next victims.
Yeah. And by the way, because it is a community in the inside, let us know who you'd like to see.
Yep.
Even the No Man Club guy, I forget.
Bob Rooney.
Yes, let's get him. Let's bring in Rooney.
Officer Dan, or is it Officer Dan, Griff, all these guys. We're gonna just kind of go through the whole damn thing.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad you guys are having fun with it. I hope you guys like the buttons we made recently for the different levels and the first posts and your first 10 posts. So we're having a lot of fun with it. It's very creative, but most of all, I enjoy doing it with David because, I call him Bud all the time because I call people naturally Bud, but I actually stop myself from saying that now when I talk to him.
Dude, because I call people Bud too, and people will say, hey, Bud, and they go, oh, I didn't mean, and it's like, I'm so glad I wasn't named like some weird character name like Urkel, so that people in the streets, because they'll just say, hey, Bud, and it's like they're just saying, hey, but I don't mind it, But if I was like Urkel or something like that, or if I had a catchphrase, that wouldn't be good either. Luckily, I didn't have a catchphrase.
Horrible. But anyway, it's been fun. Thanks again to everybody for coming. This is great. We're going to get the rebroadcast up. You might have noticed that our rebroadcast looks slightly different than the live show. We're always playing around with the format. We're going to get it more entertaining for you guys. So keep on coming. Keep those memberships going. Refer your friends. We're going to have a referral program soon, so you can refer friends and get credits into your memberships. But just keep coming back because we love having you guys.
Yep, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and we'll make an announcement on social media and on the site, of course, as to which episode. I'd love to hear your suggestions, and we'll have a great guest in 2 weeks. Don't know who it is yet, but it's going to be somebody good.
And I think the only appropriate way to end the show, I think at the same time, all of us need a big whoa Bundy on the count of three.
It'll be 1, 2, 3, go, and then be 1,
2, 3. Whoa, Bundy!
Whoa, Jablonski. All right. Thank you, guys. That was awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
We'll see you next time.